Baldia will sort of see what's going on, and he will say to Kretash, I'm gonna go help the injured. If you ever come across a Goliath with a flaming red beard, you let me know. Kretash, in the corner of your room, you see Cassiopeia sit up with a jolt.
Where is the
Ahead of you.
The sound
Ahead of
coming
you.
from the fucking village! Is it from the fucking village?
Bow before Stroud von Zarovich. Later that night, Kretash came into the office, ripped up every piece of paper on my desk, and set it all ablaze, along with his beloved Bolnir. Tell your brother I say hi when you see him, and the door will close.
What?
He will lift his faceplate, and you will see the face of Master Toe, sat on a horse in front of you.
You?
How are you still alive? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Isle. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit.
It's been a little bit.
They're in the Western Australia.
A different country again.
Yeah, every time we do this, you're somewhere else. He'll be in Barbados next time. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been a bit of a hiatus for a plethora of reasons, between people going to France, even though they cannot speak French in game, and me working with the exam period. But you know, we're here, we're back. How are we all doing? How is our lovely cast? How have you guys been over there over the break that we've had?
I've been missing this campaign, Zephyr, and I'm glad to be back.
I'm
craving the less violence, but craving the being here.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
And y'all's lovely company.
Well, you know, we're gonna start it off like we always do. Some may forget, but I do not. We're gonna do a quick rundown of the cast from the top left. So, hello and welcome to Takumi Inui, the human fighter, played by Shadowblade312.
Hello, that is I. We've missed you all, and we're here, ready for the show. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Kretash the Cold, the Dark Elf Wizard, played by Malachi_Gaming.
Hello, hello.
We have Seelia, the half-sun elf bard, played by the Trinity Isle artist DelphiniumRai.
Hi.
We have Wa Dastings, the human paladin warlock, played by TheMrWa.
Hey, I'm here to kick names and take ass.
And last, but never least, we have Cassiopeia, the Arakoka druid candle thief, played by TheBarinade.
Hello, I'm here to be chaotically neutral. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah. Now, normally this is the part where I'd have one of the caster rapid rundown, but we had some chicanery and technical difficulties with episode 18, our lost
My
episode.
boss was on display.
And so that's been lost. You know, I tried to recover it as best I could, but I'd rather it not be there than be there and be half the episode you can't understand it. So
Wait, do we have an audio version of that?
The audio's also fucked. The audio cuts out like every 30 seconds.
We have lost media now,
Yeah,
officially.
we have the
We have
lost episode of Trinity Isle. Map Pat, I expect a theory in a week. But yeah, so I will be doing the rundown for today. So basically, last time on Trinity Isle, our party was planning to make their way to Mannerington to sort of get themselves on their way, head off to Nila Serena. Everyone sort of makes one more stop before they make their departure. One of which, Cassiopeia, going to see an old hag in the corner of the city. They get their prophecy, they get their vision, and in return they take a candle that never goes out. Takumi then goes to get his vision, and he gets nothing. The door is locked, and a few members of the party have some strong words for our Arakocra friend. Going into Mannerington's store, Kretash and Seelia learn of a great black great worm that lurks underneath Mannerington's abode. one of which Mannerington has never seen, but whenever someone tries to steal from him, he feeds them to the dragon. And in exchange for making their way to Neelis Arena using his shop, Kretash offers him some of his hair. Once they make it to Neelis Arena, they go into the sewers, during which they find some dark elves. Now Kretash goes to be a diplomat, but when Wa steps in to intervene, Kretash takes it into his own hands. Kretash kills one of the sewer workers, and the rest of the party tie up the survivors as the icy corpse is left behind. They go into the workers' home using a secret passage used from an ancient civil war. They find a cave with Talisman, the fiery bearded Goliath, meeting with his council, and they learn a terrible truth. The Goblin War that sweeps over Trinity Isle is orchestrated by Talisman, as well as other heinous acts from history. His goal is to keep the world in a state of perpetual chaos, to hopefully resurrect Rez Niloth, the identity of whom the party still do not know. They also see in this council the Goblin King, King Nasha, as well as a pure-blood orc war chief, referred to as Okiri, and a shadowy assassin, referred to as the Night Stalker. Wa goes down and is in a bit of trouble. However, he is able to take down this assassin, whose final words were, "I look forward to next time." And this is where we return to the party, the cave dark and dreary, the air stale, and the floor is open to all of you.
I'd also like to point out the reason I intervened was because Kretash had said that he brought friends, not that I was intervening to be a dickhead or anything.
True.
I want to make that clear. I want to make sure
That's
people
true.
know that.
No, he's
because
right.
of my past.
Look, it's the last episode. No one will ever know.
That's why I have to clarify.
Well, no, was a liar. Was a liar. I want to state
See?
that.
I'm being gaslit now.
First it was the E in the word.
I feel like I was gonna say. I feel like I've been gaslighting him for like the last half hour now.
Yes, you have. It's been great.
It has been. It has been.
So, firstly, I'm going because there's no one left there now, is there?
It is only you guys and the two fish-like corpses that are left on the upper ridge of the cave.
Where's my potion gone?
Sever, I would like to do something, if I could.
Go for it.
Okay, if the coast appears to be clear, may I do some sort of check to see if there's any sort of traps lying around? Maybe like a survival check or something like that.
That would be if you're
Or an investigation.
That would be investigation. Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
I will do one of those if I'm allowed to.
Of course.
All right.
And just to let you know, I'm going to drink one of my potions of healing whilst he's
Yeah,
doing that.
you do that. Yeah.
That is.
I'm pretty sure you drank one at the end of the last episode as well. You did
No.
say that.
All right, Cassiopeia
Oh yeah, that's why I
gets a
still got
9
one
on
left.
investigation.
Yeah.
You got a
Okay,
9
that
on
makes
your
sense.
investigation.
Mm.
You see nothing more than the table and the arcane circle that lies underneath it. At least from where you're stood on the ridge, there doesn't look like there is anything else.
I would like to use the rope that I tied up over here. I'd like to descend down and see if I can recover any of the arrows I shot last session. I shot 11
You
arrows.
shot 11 arrows, thank you for remembering that, because I did not. And you may recover 6.
Okay.
Can I attempt the thing that we spoke about before the session?
Describe it and describe how you do it.
So I would like to call upon the same way that I was able to block out the voice in my head, but instead I'd like to try and embrace it. So imagine like my mind's eye with a hand reaching out that's trying to stay out of sight of the person.
Roll a wisdom check. Pure wisdom.
Um, that's a 21 with a nat 20.
What exactly are you trying to gain from this interaction with Strahd?
I'm trying to see if I can siphon anything away from him.
Okay.
So power, abilities, not necessarily to remove from Strahd, but to at least
Adopt.
imitate or adopt or replicate.
You
So it's something we
will
both have.
feel as you sort of close off your mind. Before, you could kind of sense the presence of your allies upon the ridge behind you. Now, you are alone in yourself, surrounded by a void of darkness, a sense of cold. You feel yourself losing yourself. Parts of you feel distant. And you gain a sense of awareness for things that are not truly there. You sense spirits. The ones you slay. The ones that were fallen upon the ridge above. Death surrounds this place. Death you have caused. The spirit of a dark elf. Of 4 distant shadows whose lives are from long before, 2 ocean dwellers. But you do not gain the knowledge of the assassin of which you killed. His presence is not here. And you feel a chill go down your spine. I see. You welcome my gift, child. And you have learnt to hold your tongue as well. Very good. Continue down this path and I will give you the power to control those who have passed on, and in return, you will give me the power to break my chains. You feel this presence leave you. And once again, you are in the cave. And you have a point of inspiration.
Yes!
The way inspiration works for my campaign, it's not bardic inspiration, it's just inspiration. You may use that token to turn any failed skill check or saving throw into a success, and any attack roll into a crit.
Okay.
Nice.
I would like to, after I'm done recovering my arrows, I'd like to say something to the party.
Very well, the floor is open.
This battle may have ended, and I'm sure we all would like to have a discussion about what happened a few rooms ago, but Talisman is getting away. And for whatever reason, I noticed he was rather quick to run away. He seemed averse to getting his hands dirty. What say we catch up and finish the job?
Of dirtying his hands?
That's one way to put it.
I don't think he's nearby.
It's worth checking out. We came down here for a reason. Who knows what else lies beyond here? Something worse? Something just as dangerous? Surely we can't turn tail now.
Well, Zeph, can you remind us how Talisman left that room?
He left through the entryway at the other end of the room, beyond the sort of big round table with documents on it that they were having the meeting, and in that exit or entry, that's You can see daylight.
Kretash is gonna just sort of sit down against the wall here.
Anyone on top of the ridge will see Kretash slumping against the wall of the cave.
I'm gonna go and slump next to him.
Very well. And I will leave the floor open for if anyone else wants to do anything or have a conversation.
Slump.
I'm gonna slowly walk over to the western exit and try to see what's out there from inside this room.
You can hear birds chirping. And you feel a fresh, soft breeze coming through the cave.
I'm going to specifically stand on one of these circles.
As you step on the arcane circles below the table, they are dormant, inactive, dull.
I don't remember the website for the map.
Roll20.net.
Roll 20.
Thank you.
Yes, from
That was the shame. Carry on.
you stand where the shadow assassin stood. But nothing happens. This sort of very, very dim, pulsating purple glow. Nothing more, nothing less.
Now that I'm up against, well, I'm much more closer to the exitway, I'm stood next to the wall. I peer out from the side.
You see treetops, pinewood trees. No sign of talisman. No footsteps, no disturbed twigs, dust or rocks. Simple.
Is there a path over?
Not so much a path, but there is a slight rocky incline to take you out into the daylight.
So this exit is at a cliff face, pretty much.
If that is what you discern from what you see. From the inside, you cannot tell.
Alright. Exit leads out to an incline. Trees ahead. Daylight. There's nothing else past here. I will say that to everyone inside.
So, I'll walk back up towards the ridge. So, do we go and follow where Talisman went, or do we go try and clean up your mess, Kretash?
I like cleaning.
What do you mean?
I'll deal with my mess when I get back.
What do you mean clean up?
Well, we have to, damage control for the fact that he's just murdered an innocent before we got into this fight. You know, that thing you were really angry with him about, like, literally 15 minutes ago.
Yes, but I'm just checking what damage control means in your eyes.
Speak to the survivors, find a way to be able to arrange a story with them, explain the situation, and try and come up with a half-truth to allow us to be able to go on our way without being arrested. What else would I mean by cleaning up the mess?
Oh, and cleaning up the blood, of course, right?
No, we'll accept that there's a body there.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure those guys, even though they seemed really scared, I'm pretty sure if we were to explain the situation, I'm pretty sure, and explain that the larger scope of things, they should be willing to come some sort of arrangement, hopefully.
Have any ideas?
Hopefully.
Like, what could we possibly tell them? There's no excuse for what happened.
They were housing a criminal of which the government of Trinity Isle is fully aware that we were chasing. They didn't give us the information right away, which then led to an altercation. So we can either exclaim that they were accomplices and completely blame them for the way that the situation went down, or give them a reason to be able to still go to work. Talisman is a threat that we are all aware of, as are others here.
He has a point.
All right. I see how that can. Right. Right. I think I'm gonna head up and go check up on them. If anyone wants to come with, feel free to tag along. I will climb up using the rope. I'll leave the rope there. I will start heading up, back out towards where the sewer workers were last known to be.
Guess what? You know I'm going. And you know I'm going there as well because.
Sorry. So who's going?
Cassiopeia and Kretash is not going, actually.
Who's not going? Takumi, Wa, Cassiopeia, Seelia, are you going?
I will slowly start getting up, but like kind of wander behind a little.
It's moving too fast.
What?
These nah, it's okay. Doesn't
That's
matter
okay.
now.
No,
It's
no,
too late.
so
No, you can carry on. I was just.
Malachi,
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
me what
I was
you
just-
want to do, and like in terms of where they
You
are,
know,
I will put
I was gonna say, well, see, the problem is I can't get an accurate reading when I've got two that have already barreled on ahead, and I've got
Well,
two
alright,
that are still
so-
here.
so
So I
in-
can't get an
I
accurate
know
reading,
What
so it doesn't
what's
matter.
happening on the map isn't one-to-one to what's
Don't worry,
exactly
that's
happening.
fine. So
We're
I
just
will
showing.
say,
No, because like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I need that information
by the
because
time
I need to
by
know
the
whether I
time
do it or not.
Celia is slowly getting up, they are around here.
Around what? Okay. Even then, there's no point. No point.
Okay, then I will continue going.
Is Cassiopeia staying behind too?
Cassiopeia?
I don't think she would stay behind.
I think the issue that I've got is it involves cleaning up a mess, and you tend to say the wrong things. So if I was seeing you following, I would tell you to stay behind. Or
Okay, well
ask you to stay behind.
she'll follow.
Right,
And then I will ask you to stay behind.
Right, Baronade, move your tokens wherever you
Okay.
would be. You should all have free range of your tokens still. If you don't, I
Yeah,
will
we
sort
do.
that for you.
So yeah, if I've got here and you've
Roll
started following,
20.
She's right behind you.
I'm going to turn around and ask you to go back.
Well, okay, ask me in game.
I'm asking you, I need you to go back, purely because this requires a finesse of which you unfortunately lack.
Oh. Is there some way I can acquire these skills?
You will acquire them the longer you spend around more people. It
Maybe
will
I
take
should
time.
spend some time around these people in that case.
I don't think at this moment it would be beneficial
To who?
to anyone involved. And also, it's to whom?
She did say that, just was quiet.
Oh, okay. Please let us deal with this.
May I watch from afar?
Why?
Learning through observation. She doesn't smile, I'm smiling.
In this instance, it's this or we end up chained up again. So if you're going to watch from a distance, you need to promise to keep your beak shut.
She nods. With her beak closed.
Can I just? You're
Yeah.
talking to Cassiopeia, who asked to be chained up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware.
So glad I
But
remember that.
Cassiopeia asked to be chained up because Cassiopeia had never been chained up before.
Ah. Yeah.
And that was the reason. Wanted the experience. Okay. I need you,
Understand a character.
as long as you stay out of the way, allow Takumi and I to do the talking. You can come with us.
He nods.
So
Okay. I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself because I am still a little messed up because in the missing episode, your girl got a little bit too questioning and friendly with the baddies and I got shot. And I will do that now with a heal of to 9. I can't count.
wait. Sorry, can I get a
Yes,
can I get a
it's
rough
okay.
idea on where everybody is again?
So after this conversation, Chad, if you don't mind me just taking control. Shall
Yes,
Takumi's around
you may.
here. These two are
Okay,
discussing in the
sorry.
hallway.
Yeah.
And you
And
two are
Seelia's
next to
still
each other.
sitting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sitting. I just healed myself, and the whole like glowing thing, and I'm gonna look at you and see what you're up to.
Cassiopeia, how
hard.
tall are you?
Takumi is so close.
How
And
tall
that's
is Cassiopeia?
that's my one
will-
problem.
I know what you're saying. If you want to do it, say so now, or forever hold your peace. And like, we're gonna pause. Like,
No.
I'm speaking to you, Malachi.
Close to
Like,
what?
this is a hobgoblin prisoner moment. Kretash, you have a
Uh-huh.
decision to make, and this will have lasting consequences on
What
your
the
character.
hell's going on?
I've lost that coin. I gotta flip another one. Hang on. Heads yes, tails no. That's heads. Yep, I'm
hell's
doing it.
going
Mate,
on?
a sleight of,
Okay.
Are you sleight of handing?
I'm doing it. I'm sleight of handing it.
Sleight of hand.
Oh fuck me. Oh,
Luck.
this is the dumbest shit I've ever done. However,
Oh
will,
no.
will a 19 cut it?
Ooh.
A 19 will cut it. Now, what I'm gonna have you do, they are bound, and you know exactly where they are. Roll an Arcana check,
Roll an Arcana check. Okay.
because you are pushing
Do I
this
have-
you are pushing this cantrip beyond its usual limits.
Yep. Okay. That is plus what, 17?
17 on the Arcana check.
17 on the Arcana check.
Takumi, take control of your character once again.
Okay, I will start moving him up sequentially. If I'm going too far,
You have full control. No. You tell me when
You
you've
have full
made it out.
control.
Okay.
As you make it around this corner, the 4 drow that are bound,
3 drow bound. The other ones
no, because there
already.
were 5.
There were 5.
There were 5.
Oh, were they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The 4 drow that
I
are
thought-
bound in the corner, eyes closed, skin pale, still, lifeless.
Oi. Oi.
Okay.
Hey. What's going on?
They are dead.
Are you all right? Hey. I can clearly tell this
Yeah.
just by.
Their faces are pale. Their eyes are closed shut. If you are to open them, their eyes are rolled back. They are lifeless and limp. Dead beyond saving.
So, what was that spell that was used?
Kretash, I am running back.
Malachi, I will allow
Okay.
Malachi to discuss his spell at his own discretion.
Well, there's only one spell that I don't need line of sight for. You've got it as well, Wa.
It's Joe touch.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
to confirm,
Where is everyone
confirm,
as I'm
They are.
running this
Okay.
then?
Alright,
Yeah.
we'll get there
I
in a
am
moment.
within 120 feet. I measured
You
this
are.
earlier.
Yeah.
Right, before
Okay.
Takumi comes back into the hallway, the other four of you, you don't see anything. You do not see Kretash's hand movements. I don't.
Well, so this is why I was asking what Cassiopeia's height was.
I think she's 5 foot, maybe.
Because I am looking directly in the direction of where Kretash is.
You got no.
I'm in
you
your-
would not.
I'm
you,
in front
you
of
would you would not have seen with.
Yes,
his
but you're
sleight of
also
hand check.
slumped on.
I
the
rolled
ground,
the
so-
sleight of
He
hand.
rolled a sleight of hand.
I rolled a sleight of
no,
hand
that's
with
why I was
fast.
asking the question
Yeah.
of Cassiopeia's
That was-
height.
yeah,
and in
that was-
regards to you being in front of, right, it makes no difference because you're both slumped on the ground.
Yeah.
I'd still have the angle.
With that sleight of hand.
He's a
check,
Pythagoras theorem in here.
Yeah, no, with that sleight of hand check, and I've got the table here that I'm using. With that sleight of hand check, not even Seelia would have seen it. It was a small,
Yeah.
minute movement enough to conjure the magic. The Arcana check
Okay.
was to target more than one people because it's a very specific scenario. Kretash, you now take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
You push
I will
magic
accept
beyond
that.
its limit successfully.
Yeah.
You have 1 level of exhaustion.
Where is my?
It will be under conditions.
Oh yeah, I found it.
See, you will notice how Kretash seems a little out of breath, a bit like he's sweating ever so slightly. The ice in his hair slowly melting, letting off very little black specks.
Okay. So
I'm
I will
actually
continue.
impressed.
Yeah, I will continue and do the thing that I before that interaction I was gonna do,
Yeah.
which was just. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. Now. So yeah, I was kind of okay. Maybe before I get up, like I healed myself. I don't know when exactly. I'm guessing this is gonna happen after he did the thingy, which I have no idea how.
You heal yourself around the same time that he is casting this spell based on where Takumi was.
Yeah. This makes it
Kretash,
so
that kind
much-
of worked to your advantage a little bit. You were able to hide
Yeah.
the magical visual through.
I'm going to, like, as I get up, I'm just gonna like shake it off a little bit, just because again I got shot. I made some bad decisions. We all made a bunch of bad decisions today, right? And just from because again, like Kretash shot too soon. Seelia got shot because she didn't she didn't perceive the threat as big as it is. So it's kind of the flipped option. So I'm just gonna look at Kretash and kind of be like, this smells so much worse. Okay. This is okay.
It's so much worse after you murdered 3 people, 4 people,
5.
5
Total
people
5.
now.
Not that you know that yet.
Not that
Okay,
you know that yet.
I'm just like, can we? I'm just gonna fidget a little and be like, can we need to make more cautious choices, maybe.
We do.
And maybe I was gonna say ask questions first, but shoot later. But I got shot. But maybe I don't.
We need to improve our understanding of people and work on perceiving things better and quicker.
Yeah, reading situations. Can maybe aim to disarm and not kill.
Yes, that would be wise.
Yeah,
Let me know.
I'm
I've got
waiting for
every point
Takumi
when
going,
I
now,
get-
Takumi, now you have control. You have control once again.
Yeah, and
Real
I'm
quick
just gonna.
beforehand, I just want to remind everybody, for those that weren't there, obviously on the last session, Celia's the one that got shot up a lot, and it was myself and Malachi that were taunting the enemy.
There, shut up.
Yeah, that was.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they were taunting. I got shot.
we were throwing taunts, and Seelia was taking the heat for it.
I was almost dead. I saw the light flash behind in front of
Before.
my eyes, and yeah, I'm just gonna like reach a hand out to Kretash to help him stand up so we can get moving.
It is here when I will appear down straight through this hallway. Kretash! What have you done?
What? I'm just gonna give
They're
this
all
big
dead.
shock look. What?
Your
What?
ice
What?
magic? They're frozen over.
They weren't frozen over, Shadow. They were dead.
They weren't frozen.
They
They weren't frozen
were.
over.
They were
Okay,
just dead. Pale.
they were
were dead.
dead.
Yeah.
Cassiopeia will look shocked with her beak closed.
Fucking big closed.
Oh, Cassiopeia, you can
They
open
were
the
pale to
I
the
will.
touch.
Oh, hey.
They were cold to the touch, weren't they? Like cold to the touch.
They were dead.
Yeah. They were lifeless.
Yeah, but in the time that we fought, there's no way that their
Yeah.
body would have cooled down that much naturally.
Like you couldn't have like you. I don't know if you could have safely assumed it was Kretash. Like I don't know if the first instinct
His-
would be that.
And yeah, there
Would
was no body like temperature decreasing magic, so
what I will say,
they should
Shadow,
just be pale and
There
dead.
was no sign of physical harm, but there was no tell to how they died. They are just dead.
Okay.
But they are not
Okay.
physically injured in any way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and chill touch doesn't make anything cold anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
no,
it?
it
Does it?
no,
Okay.
It's
no, it's necrotic.
Chill touch is necrotic, so it's like the chill, like on the back of
Yeah,
your spine.
it's
My
not
life is a
ice.
lie.
Yeah.
It sounds like ice, but it's not. It's
That's why I
necrotic.
chose. That's why I chose chill touch as well.
It's
'cause it's
such
not
a
ice.
handy spell, literally.
Handy. Hey.
A chill
Only
touch could also be just like, you
people
know,
with
you-
chill touch will understand that joke.
like a reassuring pat on the back, you know? Ah, it's just a chill touch. Ah, calm down.
Okay, so let's.
Okay,
Okay,
I will try that again. I'll
That's
try
fine,
that again.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just-
it's okay.
Yes.
I mean,
since
feel free to barrel me all you want, but like I'm going to.
Since-
Yeah, but the thing is that
Since
like
I misinterpreted the
Let
description first time
Shadow
around.
do his thing.
Let him go. Let him go.
Right, I misinterpreted that the first time around.
That's
My
fine.
apologies. I will try that again. They're all dead. All four of them, tied up, the same ones we spoke to on our way in. They're all dead.
what?
What?
Okay. At that point, I am going to look at Kretash, funnily enough, because he said he will deal with it later, and I am going to ask him outright, did you have anything to do with it?
I did not.
Looking at his exhaustion.
I'm gonna stick my hands up and say I did not. I don't have the energy to.
Okay, now,
Can
at
we
this
roll
point,
insight?
because obviously
on that?
because we all know the truth, would he have to roll a deception on that against my perception? Would I be rolling an insight to...
Roleplay it
No, but, like,
as,
what
roleplay it
truth
as you
do
would
we
as
know?
the character. Roleplay it as you would as the character.
I
Okay,
feel
you
like
want-
there's like a little degree of metagaming right now because literally they are all just dead. There is nothing.
Yeah, but like
Yes,
I've
but
got
I actually have evidence.
I've got visible signs of exhaustion.
Yes.
Okay.
Malachi's got visible
I've
sign-
taken
yeah,
a point of
Kretash-
exhaustion. I have
Yeah.
I
physical
will say
signs.
there is.
Yeah, Kretash did not have exhaustion beforehand, and secondly, he also said that he was going to deal with it.
Sorry, let's
himself.
have a
Let's
have a talk real quick.
what? Just roleplay it as Wa would. Kretash
Okay.
will respond as he will react to each other naturally.
Cassiopeia will interject at this point and look at Wa and say, "It also wasn't me."
Oh, Cassiopeia, I know it wasn't you. I'm then going to walk up to Kretash and sit down and go, and I'm going to lean in and whisper in his ear and go, "Look, I don't care one way or the other."
We can't hear you. You're whispering so much that we can't hear you.
Yeah, we
I-
actually
I-
need to hear you though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll whisper to you. I don't care one way or the other because that is actually the easiest way for it to be done, and I know you have the means, and you said you were going to. So if you want to say no, that's fine. But you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I was
don't-
going to, but this blood hunter stuff is taking it out of me.
Okay, what do you need?
Just rest. Rest.
Okay. All right. I will choose to believe you. Just you can understand why people have come to that conclusion, can't you?
I understand.
Right.
I
Right.
I probably would have.
So we need to be a bit more careful going forward, don't we?
Possibly.
Please try to.
Where's the fun in that?
I'm gonna assume I don't hear the shushamushu.
Roll
I
perception.
don't know.
Now
I
that we're
mean,
finished,
you're sitting. I would say
roll-
you're sitting right
roll,
next to me.
say,
You'd
roll,
probably
roll
hear most of
perception
it.
with advantage. Because you are still recovering from battle, but roll it with advantage.
Wait,
Well,
can I?
She is sitting literally right next
I,
to
wa- I
me.
wanted
Yeah,
to
exactly.
let, I wanted to
With
let
a
the convers-
hand outstretched.
I wanted
With
to
a hand
let, I
outstretched.
wanted to let the
Oh, yeah,
conversation
yeah,
end
sorry, you got out.
first.
Sorry, I will also take that hand. Now.
Yeah.
Zephyr,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
can I also roll perception to see if I hear anything?
Yes, but you don't get advantage because of this.
Okay, that's
Did
fine.
I don't know where
move.
If I-
perception is. It's been so long.
It's in your big long set of skills. Right in the middle of the page. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 from the bottom.
I rolled
No,
pretty
6
well.
from the bottom.
Love you.
Control F if you can't find it.
I will say.
Okay, the first one is a 7. We don't talk about it.
That's okay. That's why you get advantage. And that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay,
yo.
so that's a nat 20 from Seelia, yeah? Cassiopeia, you cannot
23.
tell what's being said, but you can tell.
Oh.
But you can tell there is whispering happening.
I
What
know
is
that
being
they are
said, you
whispering.
cannot discern. Celia, you
have
hear
no idea.
fucking everything.
Hmm.
You hear everything.
okay,
that's being
and
said.
yeah. So I hear that I probably would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'm just.
Are you hiding
I'm
the
just
fact
a
that you've been
little
able to hear
frozen.
this?
Like I'm still sat like this, but I'm just a little frozen.
So would
'cause,
we
like-
be able to tell that you've been like enough that we'd notice that you'd be frozen?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. There's a little bit of a like not that
Oh.
visible, but just.
all right, I'm
Reaction?
gonna look at you and I'm just gonna wink, and stand up and walk away.
Okay. You mentioned you took the hand, but at what point? Because I am just. This
I was
would
gonna
have
say
been a long
it's
ass
after
time.
that. Well, it was probably midway through the conversation that I obviously began trying to get up because exhaustion, need help. But if you're frozen there, I'm happy to sort of just shake your hand to sort of get your attention. a
Hello
bit.
there.
Hello.
I'm here.
I exist. I know you're freaking out about what I just said, but hi.
You're gonna shake like okay, so you get up and then you say that I might have killed it. Like I might have
No,
killed
he's
it.
saying
No,
that
I
when-
could've.
It's
I just need
would've.
mid
timing.
conversation. I was taking your hand mid conversation, but like that conversation would have like kept happening as I've taken your hand, so you probably would have heard it as I'm grabbing your hand. Because that was like
That's
that was right at the end of the
bad.
conversation.
That's so bad. Well, I guess I would have started pulling like helping you up and then frozen. A little. Timing is so bad.
I love how
Yeah,
slowly I'm
sure.
becoming more and more numb to your murders.
Yes, that's what every lad wants to hear. I don't know. Okay, so
Hi.
Floor is still open.
Would I notice that she's reacting to what I've said?
If Celia gives off a
You
visible
would.
Yeah.
reaction, then yes.
Look, and I will then like say to you, look, I'm sorry, but this situation was like, it was an ugly situation. While I didn't do it, it's no lie that it's beneficial to me.
On the bright side, guys, we don't have to clean anything up. We can now just claim that those murders happened because of Talisman and the Shadow Assassin. And we basically get a free pass for murder. So
In it however you want. It doesn't
That's-
change the fact that this shouldn't happen in the first place. Yes, I agree one of us should have stepped in sooner, but you shouldn't have prepped up your spell when they were making it clear they were just sewer workers. No one had to die in the first place. Just
wait, what spell?
He's talking
the,
to me.
the magic Kretash used to freeze the first guy. Just give us a clue as to what you're doing, because yes, I will admit your plans of you not telling us but doing the thing anyway worked out for us before, but this snowballed into something much worse. At least tell us what it is you're going to do. And don't resort to killing innocents like this again. I predict this party's going to have much more trouble staying together the longer this goes on.
Kretash is gonna remain silent. He's just head hung low. He's being scolded. He's basically like being back at home.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Pretty much.
The floor is still open, there's not much more I can add at this point. You guys move however you intend to.
Does no one have any input?
How high is this drop?
It's about 10 feet.
I'll slowly walk off and jump down.
Follow
Alright.
behind.
Slowly.
Zephyr, I've sent you a message, by the way.
Okay.
Slowly stroll off.
Cassiopeia will follow behind Takumi without really saying anything.
I will see Cassiopeia and I'll just nod my head and lean back on this wall for a few seconds.
She'll nod back and she'll kind of try to mimic your lean, as if learning a new pose.
Seelia, what are you up to at the moment?
I
Worth a
was
try.
walking. What?
Sorry, carry on.
I was walking back towards the scene, but then I kind of remember that includes like seeing a lot more dead bodies, and it's just like, do I want the emotional damage? So now I'm just kind of vibing. Yeah, and thinking a little.
Okay.
But yes, I guess I want the emotional damage. I forgot that's a bookshelf.
It's open. No, you guys left it open.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will go and just, take in the sights. See.
And as you step out, you do see the frozen body of the one who Kretash attacked, and 4 tied up, lifeless corpses, skin pale, especially for a drow. A deathly silence on the wind. The only real sound, the crackling of the fire pit. The smell of ash.
Does it look like can I, see if it looks like they suffered as they died or anything? I don't know what I can...
Do me a medicine check.
Last time I rolled medicine, it was a nat 1. 15.
From the expressions on their faces, it was sudden, but it was not torture. There was no time to shed a tear, but pain was felt.
I will. Can I look around the room just to see anything?
There's
Um,
not much
did-
more. The occasional sort, like there's a couple piles of cleaning supplies, and their weapons that you took from them and casted aside, and that is it.
Did they take the gold that I left? Because I did.
The gold
like
has not been
before.
touched.
It is.
They were tied up. They couldn't really take it.
Oh yeah, that was a. That was interesting encounter. I guess I will take the gold back because what use is there?
All right, you
Leaving
may
it.
add the gold
So
back
dead.
to your inventory.
And I would just start heading back. I guess just very. Yeah.
Okay. You walk back through. Nothing has changed. Takumi, Cassiopeia, you see Wara and Kretash exit the cave. What do you two do?
I will just look over to her and just say, well, we best continue getting a move on. I will walk over to my rope, descend the rope, and get down.
Cassiopeia will flutter down.
I will stay by my rope so I can retrieve it once Seelia has came down.
Alright.
Okay. I will go. I will see that there's no one around. I'll look around and go to the rope.
And you will see Cassiopeia and
Hi.
Takumi below.
You've fallen into our trap. Now we activated Zephyr. Okay, I'm kidding.
The bomb goes off that was made episodes ago.
Alcohol was spilled everywhere.
Catch.
It didn't catch fire.
It didn't catch fire. No flames were found.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go down.
See anything different or same old side of? Well, I'm sure you already know it by this point.
Not. I'm just gonna nod. I'm just gonna walk.
Right, yeah, I understand. I will retrieve my rope. Do I add it back to my
You may
inventory?
add back the hempen rope.
Sorry, Zeph, what do I see outside?
Yeah.
Like, immediately to the right.
Immediately to the right is the city wall.
Right then, let's.
I'm
let's-
sort of
let's-
gonna.
let's
Is
do
there
it
like
proper.
a little bit to the city wall, or is it like immediately to the right?
It like you're so basically, the cave comes out in this small sort of mound surrounded by trees, and then maybe 20 feet to the side is the
Okay.
is the wall.
So
Alright,
are we on the
I'm gonna
outside
sit
or the
about.
You are on
inside?
the outside of the city.
I'm gonna sit against the wall about here.
Okay.
Do.
Now what? Pray tell.
Does anything happen when I'm near or around the circle thingy?
No.
Necklace
just sort
wise?
of- No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna just walk around. Oh.
Can I inspect the circle? Is there anything I can take from it?
You can roll an investigation check.
I'll roll one of those.
Yes, somehow no one has noticed the candle that never extinguished on the middle of the table.
Oh, there I left it.
With a 13, you can discern as much as it is inactive.
Hmm.
And
Can I like wipe up some of the powder or something like that?
there was not really like a powder. It's more like a glowing
Mm.
symbols that seem to have been drawn. And from your knowledge
Ah,
of
okay.
reading, it is a receiving circle.
Okay. As opposed to a sending circle?
Yes. So it
Hmm.
is. It's a one-way thing, really. As in, like, it is to receive spells and project them, as opposed to spells being sent into it.
I have a question. Can I change any of the runes on this thing?
As you go to, they do not react to you in any way.
Okay.
They are set quite literally in stone.
Okay. Cassie, if you make some mental note of this. And follows Takumi out.
I shall follow them outside as well.
Very
I
well.
will turn camera
The map
up
is
in a
no
little
longer
bit.
needed.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
As you all make your way out of the
Down to-
cave, you two are met with the sight of the city walls and the blowing trees in the wind, the relaxing sound of birds tweeting. It is silent and it is peaceful.
Zephyr, I have a question.
Yep.
Can I understand what the birds are saying?
Do you have speak with animals?
Oh, I think I do. Hold on, let me just check. I do! I'm gonna cut. Wait, it's a ritual though.
So that
It
will
takes
take
10 minutes!
10 minutes plus an extra. So what
Extra
is the...
10 minutes.
Yeah, for the ritual. But
Yep.
it means you don't cost it doesn't cost the spell slot.
Mm.
So
If I
you
cast
can
it as a
cast
ritual, yeah.
if you cast it immediately, it will cast it now with the spell slot. It will take 10 minutes. If you want to cast it as a ritual, it will take 20.
Okay, she will not cast it. She doesn't have that much room to be using any more spell slots. She'll just listen.
They are
Are you
songs.
using
There
it
are
as a
songs.
ritual or not at all?
She's not gonna cast it at all.
Okay.
They tweet songs that sound merry to you.
I think they're gossiping.
They're probably
The
talking
birds
about your
are
mama.
gossiping?
About my mama.
Yeah.
Cassie looks puzzled.
You see this confused expression on your Aarakocra companion.
It seems like they're talking about something to do with your mama and goblins.
I mean, Cassiopeia, the first part of that was a joke. Don't worry.
Oh, what is the punchline?
Goblin D's nuts.
There you have it.
Take 1d4 psychic damage for that bullshit.
Worth it. That's 2 damage.
Strahd was not impressed.
Yeah, no, legit. No, that damage was legit. Strahd is not happy.
Cool, that's alright. I've now only got 5 of my temporary hit points left.
Wait,
Cassie-
hang on.
Cassiopeia
Hang on.
knows
Whoa,
sound
wait,
the
hang
joke.
on, hang on. No. Now you got 4.
Why?
Because Zephyr made the rule that if we talk about numbers, we instantly lose 1.
Mm-hmm.
So is he
True.
subtracting one?
Yeah, another. Yeah.
Some.
Right. So stood out up here. Do we?
Oh,
do we
you
see
made that.
any-
You made that rule episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any way down? Any
Well,
pathway or
you're sort of on
steps?
ground level. Like
Yeah, we've
the-
come from underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I check to see if there is any way of tracking which way Talisman may have gone? Can I look for anything in the grass where it may look like it's been
He
recently
has
trampled
left,
on?
He has left no trace whatsoever.
Are there any birds' nests?
There's plenty of birds all over the place.
No, birds' nests.
You can assume so. Not in sight, but you can assume that there would be.
Hey, Cassiopeia,
Yes.
I need something from you.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know which way down.
Did what? Freeze frame?
He did.
He froze.
Oh, he died.
Which way, Dad?
We may
Our
have
boy,
lost
our
the
boy
wire.
is dead.
Uh-oh. If he disconnects, this might mess up the webcam order.
It
Oh,
will.
yes, it
It
will.
will. In which case,
It
we'll
absolutely
go
will.
Desmond's gone.
to.
I can hear you.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, hang on.
Is
I've
he-
been able to hear you this whole time.
No, we.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
you
no,
froze
you
for us.
you froze. You died for all of us.
Kretash
Yeah.
used
This is what
frostbite
happened
you.
on our end.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't have that spell. Wait, do I have that
You
spell?
have frostbite. Of course, you have frostbite. It's a nice spell.
Oh, frostbite. I'm not gonna lie. I
So-
thought you said pacify. I went. I don't have that spell.
What?
Right.
It was a very terrible face. It froze on.
Yeah, that's
so
what happened.
there is a chance that the birds may have seen where Desmond's gone.
Oh,
I don't suppose you can spend a bit of time to talk to him.
I can do this for you. And she will sit down and she will cast Speak with Animals. She's not going to do it as a ritual.
Not as a ritual.
I-
Alright. So,
I will be back. Kretash is literally just sitting in silence the entire time,
okay, very
ignoring
well.
everything.
In which case, Cassiopeia, how does this spell look as you sit and begin to cast?
Alright, she kind of sits down and casts the spell as if it was the end of a ritual, even though she isn't casting one. She'll go into like kind of an avatar state where her eyes kind of gloss over and get all beamy white. And
Okay.
then she'll kind of return back to normal.
And you will see the stars on her wings seem to form these sort of animal-like constellations, and she will begin to sparkle and then return to her regular form 10 minutes later. During that 10 minutes, would anyone like to do anything else? I will take the
No.
silence as a no. In which
No,
case,
no, no.
Cassiopeia,
Nothing
you
of
can
note.
hear the gossiping of the birds. Speaking of good hunting grounds, speaking of the warmth of the sun, and how ugly
Here's-
that human with glowing eyes looks.
Okay. Okay, so you know how like the birds and stuff are probably like on like little branches and they're perched like next to each other and stuff and just chilling out
Yep.
during the day. I want to fly up and sit next to them, even though I'm many orders of magnitude bigger than these birds.
You-
Just want to sit on the same branch.
You will see as Cassiopeia sort of flies upwards and perches on a larger branch that sort of spreads off into many twigs and the like. And they look at you and you see the little head turns. I don't think we've seen you in this area of the jungle before.
I am new to this area of the jungle.
We can tell, because we have not seen you before.
That is because I am new to this area of the jungle.
Indeed.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am good. I am after information.
I'm after worms. Have you seen some?
Oh,
I need to feed my children.
what if I bring you some worms? Will you exchange some information?
I would, if you brought me some worms.
I will go find some worms.
I will wait here for you to bring me worms.
I will come back with worms while you wait. And she'll fly off.
Okay.
Alright, Zephyr.
It's not just an Aarakocra thing, it's just a bird thing.
She will look for worms.
Do a nature
Is
check.
there anything I'm rolling?
Nature.
Nature check, okay.
With advantage.
Ooh, okay. 22 on the advantage.
You can see there's like some fresh dirt not too far from the cave entrance. That is prime worm territory.
Alright, she'll peck at the prime worm territory dirt.
Alright.
Is Cassiopeia going on a side quest?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Okay. Nat 1!
Oh no!
Can I give my inspiration to Baronade?
No, you cannot give your inspiration to other people. Hey Cassie,
You'd have to inspire me.
told me he was impressed. You do not get any worms from your venture.
Okay. Can I go to a bait shop or something nearby?
There might be one in the city.
Okay, she'll go look.
Okay. You will all see as Cassiopeia begins to fly up beyond the city walls and into the city itself.
Oh my gosh, what have I done?
What do the rest of you want to do?
Well, she's already beat us to the chase.
I don't know why, but I think she's gathering information for us.
Reasonable. But we can't just sit out here and do nothing, can we?
I mean, we can. The information that she's gathering for us depends on where we go next. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth when talking about Cassiopeia.
Whereabouts is the sun in the sky?
It looks like it was midday not too long ago. Quite a fair bit down there with all the back
And
and
how
forth.
how far away is the city from us?
The city wall's 20 feet away.
Basically right next to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would we have seen Cassiopeia digging at the dirt?
Yes.
Okay.
I will return to Cassiopeia.
Mm.
As you fly and you look from Neela Serena from above, you can see the glistening jewel-like roofing tiles and sort of slates that are used to build. This city looks magical, innately beautiful, expensive, shiny.
Ooh.
Trees even glisten with this slight sparkling magic. And although you are
Interesting.
far too high to identify individuals, you can see a plethora of people in colourful, very fancy looking clothing. And off towards the other side of the city, you see a great palace built of this majestic purple blue-like stone,
Ooh.
metal silver shining. And on the other side of the city, a dark and dingy corner of town that looks a lot less cared for, a lot more dirty. The sky is yours.
Should we look for the market, if possible?
You see two markets, one in the higher end looking part of the city and one in the lower end.
Okay. She'll go to the lower end. I don't think she would imagine that buying like a can of worms or something like that would be probably something you find at an expensive luxury boutique stall.
And as you fly down and closer, you notice that all of the inhabitants of this place, they do not look like the prestigious elves that you've seen when you first arrived at the city. There is a lot of dark elves here, and those who are not dark elves have very human-looking features.
Interesting. Okay. Cassie will take a mental note of that.
There does seem to be sort of a market stall with what looks to be hunting supplies.
Alright, she'll go there.
You will see a dark elf, older looking gentleman with sort of wiry beard and mustache, and they have two crutches that they kind of use to get around the place.
Can't wait to steal those later.
Alright, she'll walk up to the stall and go, sorry, hello.
An Arakokra. Have you come from Bahal?
No.
Forgive my assumption, then, my feathered friend. What is it I can do for you, exactly?
I'm pleased to meet you, and I'm also in the market for worms. Or even just worm, if you do not have more than one.
Worms for fishing, I will presume. I would have recommended you go to Easton instead of Neela Serena for that kind of provision, but you're here now, and I wouldn't have you walk or fly all that way for worms. I do have some fishing supplies that I can offer for well, I'll offer it on the cheap side. 5 copper for all I've got. You don't really get many fishermen here.
What do you have?
I have a few worms, grubs, insects, cheese, all
For
manner
fishing?
of bait.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
clearly,
Honestly, cheese works better than worms.
we know
Yep.
what members of the
The
cast
smellier
have
the
gone-
better.
We know what members of the cast have gone fishing and who haven't. I will use this in a later session, no doubt.
Interesting. Cassie will.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take all the worms and insects, but not the cheese.
4 copper then. I think that's fair.
She will wing over the 4 copper.
He will take it and pocket it before handing you this sort of squishy sounding sack.
Oh.
Ugh.
She will take it, and she will fly back to the tree.
He will sort of give you a little sailor salute as you fly off. And how long?
She'll
does
mimic the
your-
salute.
How long does your speak with animals spell last?
It lasts 10 minutes.
I'd probably say it most likely would have run out in the time that you've been searching for worms.
Well,
Unfortunately,
how far would the market area be from the
it was
wall?
on the. It was. She went to the dingy side, so it's the other side of town.
Okay, so how big is the town from? And what's the distance?
It's like it's a capital city. It's like at least it's many kilometers in length.
Okay, she will cast it again.
As a spell?
Yep, at a higher spell slot now.
Oh dang!
Alright.
She's run out.
And
Just spend an extra 10 minutes cast as a ritual. So much cheaper.
and I assume you cast this as you fly.
Actually, that's kind of cool. She will cast it as she flies.
So it's at least bigger than 3,500 foot.
I'd say so, yeah. Like I said, I haven't completely.
Because that's a kilometer.
I'd say it's around that. I'd say it's around that length. Yeah. I haven't like.
I mean, Cassiopeia was also probably like searching from above.
Yeah, I haven't finished the map, but from memory, that sounds about right. About 3,000 feet or so.
Okay, so 54 times.
Well, I don't.
But yeah, she'll do that and she'll fly back.
Okay.
Thing like
As-
people don't realize like a kilometer is not that long.
Yeah. As you.
Yes?
In the grand scheme of everything, kilometer is not that far at all.
Either
Yeah.
way, it seems Cassiopeia went far enough
As
to
you all
where
sit
it would.
in the grass and sort of
For now.
rest it. If you want to take a short rest at this point, you may. It's been long enough.
Yes,
Okay.
You will
please.
see this sort of sparkling.
Kretash will fall asleep.
You will see
And
this
then just lay
almost
down and fall asleep.
shooting star-like visual go above your heads as Cassiopeia soars, casting her spell. Little sparkles falling from her wings. And as you land with bag in hand and your spell completing, the birds will tilt their head once again, and the little blue bird that you were speaking to will hop forward.
Oh, blue like me. Oh
Yeah,
god.
a little more sky blue, but yes, in essence.
Okay. She'll hand over the grubs, and then switch back to speaking in bird. What? Okay. What is? Do I have a description of who we're looking for or no?
The Goliath.
Talisman.
The Goliath.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she does know.
The-
She'll describe then who we're looking for and ask for
Yeah,
information.
The one you've been after for like 10 episodes.
Hmm.
Red beard is all I got.
I remember that. Yeah. She'll describe all the important characteristics in the time that she has.
I remember a man with those important characteristics.
Do you know which way they went?
Yes, they went south, and then they got on a horse, and then they rode into the jungle.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you for feeding my children.
Thank you for the information.
You've saved me a day's of work.
As you have mine.
I hope to see you
I shall
again.
fly down.
I like big birds.
Thank you. I am relatively quite big.
Relatively, in terms of my size, yes, I would call you big.
I like small birds.
Please stop flirting.
Cassiopeia doesn't know how to flirt.
Enough flirting.
She does not have that in her arsenal.
I think the thing I love
Yes.
the most about this is Barinade is playing a character, and Zephyr is now playing a character trying to impersonate the character that Barinade is playing, and the outcome is just pure beauty.
I like the building canon that birds just might be like this in this world.
Birds are just stupid.
Oh, with the
They're
nod
not
she flies off.
stupid.
Crowley
They're
heard that.
babies. What?
Crowley heard that.
Oops.
You will see
Revenge.
Cassiopeia.
Kretash didn't say it.
Crowley heard it.
But she knows.
Crowley heard it.
She
Crowley
knows.
will
It's
remember.
okay. I'll give Crowley a pat later. Crowley
You
will
all
forgive
see
me.
as Cassiopeia
Crowley doesn't have a
flutters
choice.
back down onto the ground.
Hey,
Zephyr, did you say it was south?
South, then they
Yeah.
got on a horse, and then they rode deep into the jungle.
South. Then on a horse. Then deep into the jungle.
Thank you,
Further
Cassiopeia.
yeah.
And then
Good
just
job.
to give clarification to everybody else, I asked Cassiopeia to go find Talisman, speak to a bird to see where they went.
She goes back.
So, yeah, thank you, Cassiopeia, for that.
No worries. Do I know what Dalton looks like?
Yes, you saw him about
Yes,
20 minutes ago.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more
that's
like
who we were
30.
asking you to go find out who they were, where they went.
I got confused. I thought it was the
No,
Goliath for a
Barinade.
second.
The Goliath.
That's the same
Talisman-
person.
They're the same person.
Talisman is
Yeah,
the
it's
Goliath
okay,
with the fiery
So,
red beard
I
with
want
the
to pull
black
out. We're gonna
annular.
pull back.
Barinade,
the
let
curtain.
me
I just asked that. What am I asking now? Wait, I'm
We're
confused.
gonna pull back the curtain a bit because Cassiopeia was the first person to ever hear about Talisman.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I was
Yeah.
actually about to bring that up as well.
With the orc.
Hey,
the
didn't I
hunter.
just ask the bird where Talisman went?
Yes.
Yes, that's what
Yes.
you just did.
Then what am I
Yes.
going back to ask them about?
You're not. I gave clarification to everybody else because not everybody
We
may have
already-
been within earshot.
I thought you were telling me. Okay, now go back and ask
No,
about Talisman.
no.
That's why I was confused. Like, what? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're never taking a 4-week break ever again.
Oh my gosh!
I've lost
Yeah.
my mind.
You say as we have something like another sets of like 2 sets of 2-week breaks
Yeah.
coming up, which is bullshit in my mind.
You gotta do what you do.
Fuck itself.
But Zephyr, we appreciate you for making this possible.
Well,
Me
technically
too.
there only needs to be a 1-week break,
We'll-
but one of them is obviously Queen's
we'll
birthday. But yeah, we'll
discuss
talk about that
We'll
later.
discuss that at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Cassiopeia has returned. Well, has thanked Cassiopeia. The floor is open. I need to get a beer.
I think I do too, and I don't even drink.
I have beer in the house.
Good job, Cassiopeia. You did very well in finding out the
Yeah.
information.
Yes,
Thank you. Sorry it took so long.
it is not a problem at all. So, you've relayed the information to us, haven't you?
Yes.
Mhm.
She did.
Kretash is still asleep.
So, guys, do we want to pursue Talisman? That is why we came here, after all.
Do you say that? Do you like the same like? Do you like trying to like get the attention? Maybe wake up Kretash because that's the
That was the idea of me saying that.
yeah.
Kretash is exhausted. Kretash is still asleep. Let me tell
Which
you.
is what do you guys think? Those that are awake and with the class.
Whether we pursue, is anyone tired? Do we need to rest up for the rest of the day?
I mean,
I'm in need of rest.
the problem is we
Yeah.
can rest up, but the longer we leave it, the more ground they gain on us. In
Maybe-
situations like this, we need to keep our rests short brief and irregular.
Keep in mind that'll keep us
Uh,
unprepared in case of dangerous encounters, though.
Yes.
Do
So,
Well,
we? Yeah, carry on.
no, please. If you've got a suggestion, I'm open. I'd love to hear something.
No, like shadow thing. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had enough time to rest out here for a little bit while Cassiopeia was doing that. Personally, I'm feeling fine, but I'm just wondering if everyone else, if they're feeling fine to continue on as well.
Maybe we can ask Rithik and catch him up to the situation. I don't remember when we talked to him last. Oh,
You
I think it
spoke to
was last
him-
night.
It was last night.
You
Yeah.
spoke to him last night. You
Yeah,
have
so
5 messages you can send between each other. Like 5 for you, 5 for him.
Yeah.
The problem
So
is,
it
what are we going to gain from speaking to Riffic? He's dealing with one of our other situations we needed to deal with. All we're going to be giving is an information update. We're nowhere near where they are. We're not on our own, but any resources that we would gain from being here, we need to be able to secure on our own. It's one of the few times which I don't think speaking to Riffic is actually going to help us in the slightest.
I mean, I don't think that resources is the only thing he can give us. He can also give us potential insight as to what would be a good idea
course
to
of action?
proceed. A good course of action.
I mean, we're all trying to survive, and we've all been in situations before. But if we rest now, if we take more time to stop, they're going to get further away. That's my input. We need to keep moving somehow.
Okay.
But it's up to you. It's completely up to you guys. But that's, when an away party is tracking down a potential enemy in war, we take the fact that we may not be fully prepared to make sure the goal is accomplished.
I don't think that we can take him on by ourselves in this state, even if we do catch up on him.
I'm not saying take him on. Find where he's going. Reconnaissance.
We're gathering intel.
Intel gathering, not a full scale assault.
I have enough energy to fly. I have no objection to this.
In that case, we can slowly go and follow him.
Are you feeling all right? Like, do you need a rest, or like that's what we're trying to discern here?
The short rest was alright for me, but I don't think Kretash would be up for too much traveling. I'm just gonna look at him.
Okay, so if Zephyr, based on the timing, with the fight being as many rounds as it was, plus then the time from there, how much time would have passed since Talisman would have left?
Since Talisman left the cave, probably about half an hour.
Okay, so we've got half hour of ground, and for how fast? Again, Cassiopeia would have to tell me how far south is it to the edge of the jungle, from when they would have gotten to a horse and ridden off.
Does Cassiopeia know?
The jungle goes to the horizons.
But you know where the edge was before going deeper in, south to then go on a horse, right?
This, from what you remember, War, of the map that Rithik showed you, this entire region of Trinity Isle is jungle. The entirety of the Enchanted Forest is jungle. Everything under the elves' dominion is jungle.
Okay. So Cassiopeia's got a faster, and I'm speaking out loud here as a player, by the way.
Yeah.
So if Cassiopeia's got a faster flying speed than a walking speed, you do, don't you? You cover more ground in the air, right?
Yes, twice as fast. She's 50 feet flying.
I would be aware of. So
25 feet walking. But she mostly flies when she's covering ground with you guys because she can't keep up by walking.
So then Dastings would then say, "Hey guys, as an idea, if we need to rest up a bit more, now would be a perfect time to keep resting and recuperating. Cassiopeia, if you're able to fly south and see if you can find any tracks of where a horse will have started making movement towards the jungle and find out which direction that would be great."
I can do this.
I can go
Is-
with her as backup. Do you
You will be
Do you
going
want
at
that-
walking space. Cassiopeia will be flying.
I understand she will be faster and further up ahead, but if in any case where she might need to turn around and get attention,
Yeah.
I can be closer than the resting party here.
Zephyr, I just want to check as well. Since my flying speed is 50 feet, does
go-
that mean my dash in the air is 100 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Nice.
if you are basically, the idea is if you are dashing, you can go 10 miles in 1 hour
Oof. Sounds like a lot.
Away you go.
because your
Yeah.
basically your walking speed divided by 10 is how many miles you can go in 1 hour, and same for your dash. Kretash cannot
Okay.
dash as he is exhausted. He has to travel at a slow pace.
Okay.
That's not true.
He's only on first level exhaustion.
I'm
isn't he?
only first level.
Oh, you?
Ooh,
I
okay.
thought it was.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my bad then.
Yeah, no. Level 2 is speed halved.
Okay.
The first level only gives me disadvantage
Yeah.
on ability
No, that's
checks.
alright. I mixed them up. I mixed
Yep.
up first and second. I
Yep.
thought it was the other way around.
So
That makes
I
more
am
sense to me.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, Cassiopeia can zoom in that case.
All right. You see Cassiopeia take off, and Takumi, are you running or walking?
If I run, will that give me exhaustion eventually? Or
Eventually, yes.
so if I run and then switch to walk later on, will that be fine as long as I'm still within the bounds of my travel movement?
depending on how long you can run is depending on how well you do on athletics checks.
Okay.
But once you get
Are-
exhausted,
are-
you can't get rid of that without taking a long rest.
Okay, I will walk since she's already speeding up ahead. She'll be able to tell me or come to me a lot sooner.
All right.
So
Um,
I'll just walk. Because even if I run, I won't be able to catch up anyway.
Okay. So Takumi begins
That's fine.
walking off while Seelia, Kretash, you're still asleep, aren't you?
I'm still asleep, yeah.
War and Seelia, do you want to do anything whilst you wait?
I'm just gonna sit and read.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna sit and close my eyes for a little bit.
All right. Cassiopeia, you travel for
Very quickly, how long has it been since Kretash went to sleep?
15 minutes.
15 minutes? Yeah, so he'll probably be asleep for another 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Cassiopeia, you travel for about a mile.
Mhm.
Can you make me a perception check?
19.
You do see, because it is at the, you're sort of following the southern road path that is carved into this jungle. You do see signs of a camp.
Signs of a camp.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Does it look inhabited from where I'm perceiving?
You cannot see anyone at the moment. Too tense.
Okay. But no, like, fire lit or anything like that.
The fire is not lit, no.
Okay. Do I see a horse from here?
No.
Horse tracks.
You're too high to see.
Okay. She'll keep flying for a bit longer.
I don't know.
But she'll lower her altitude a bit to see if she can get a bit closer to see if there's horse tracks anywhere.
Okay. As you continue down the path, you travel for another mile. There is no sign of horse tracks.
Alright, she'll turn back.
Okay. And you begin going backwards. It's been about 10 minutes at this point. 12 minutes. Since Cassiopeia left. And you fly back. You see the camp once again.
Okay. Any changes since the last time I saw it?
No.
Okay.
But, it looks like it was inhabited recently. Not at this point. No signs of
Okay.
life.
Alright. She'll fly back, she'll catch Takumi and relay the information to him first, and then she'll come back with him if he's coming back to see the others.
I don't know. Takumi, you were told that there's a camp a little further south.
Camp further south.
No horse, no
Did it-
tracks.
No horse. No tracks. Any movement? Any? Was it currently occupied? Empty?
It might have been. I was too far away to see clearly.
Okay.
And with no magical ability right now, or very little, it's too much of a risk for me to get too close.
Right. So what do you plan on doing? Do you plan on giving it another look, or was that all you're going to do? Going back?
That's all I will do solo. I went a little bit further to see if there was any tracks further down or anything like that, but I couldn't find anything. Not from my altitude, at least.
Okay. That should be good enough for us to relate to the others. If you're fine with it, we should go back and catch everyone up.
She'll nod.
Right.
And she'll walk with Takumi.
Alright. And then about another 5 minutes or so passes. Kretash, for you, it's been nearly 20 minutes. And Seelia, while you will see Takumi and Cassiopeia returning to you.
And she'll relay all the same information.
How far was the camp?
About a mile.
About a mile away, yeah.
Was it occupied?
I couldn't tell.
We're unsure.
It was not
No
clearly
horse.
abandoned.
Yeah. Not abandoned, but no horse, no tracks. But still up and active.
Or it seems that way, at least, from my
Yeah.
vantage point. I didn't get too close because that would have been risky.
Well, it seems our options are going to be to head to this campsite, see if there's anything there, or heading back into the city. Now, if you would like to speak to Rufik and explain that we now have lost track of Talisman, we may be able to get a better insight. But again, up to you.
I
I
wouldn't say that
spaced
just
out.
yet.
I spaced out. I'm so sorry. What was the beginning of that sentence? I'm so
Our two options are going either to the camp or back into the city. The camp means that if it's unoccupied, we can get a decent rest in without being disturbed. Also, we don't have to then go back past some dead bodies.
I mean, either way, we don't really have to do that because we could just go around. But
I mean, we could as well.
I'm asleep,
As
so-
I say, so it's either the city or the campsite. The campsite could put us on track to finding a way where Talisman has gone. For all we know, Riffic may have some way of being able to track, considering we cannot.
Sorry, Zeph, you said about 20 minutes passed?
Yeah, about that. For
Yeah,
Cassiopeia
Kretash
to
will-
go and come back. Yes.
Kretash will start slowly waking up.
Speaking of going and coming back, I'm going to go pee really quickly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you for that information.
Exclamation mark P stream.
Fucking hell.
Easy way to get banned.
What? Anyway.
What did I miss?
To catch you up, Cassiopeia and I went further south down into the jungle. We found a camp further south, about a mile away. No horse, no tracks. We're not sure if it's currently occupied or not, but there is an active camp. It hasn't been taken down yet. And it's possible that there might be more information there to discern Talisman's further whereabouts, since that is in the direction he went.
couldn't hurt to check it out, I suppose.
I agree. That is, if you're feeling all right enough.
Uh,
I know that that fight took a lot out of everyone involved.
I need a good night's sleep, but I can't get that right now, so for now I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, you should probably stay in the back line.
It's,
That's my character audibly chuckling at that.
yes, well, one would think that that would be the wizard's job, wouldn't you? Except when our tanks are too busy hiding behind trees.
Right behind a tree.
Doppelganger.
Celia's gonna go with that one.
Doppelganger. You hid behind a fucking tree the entire fight.
Yep.
Yup.
Was I there for that one?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were.
Cassiopeia killed
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Our Cassiopeia killed him.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice.
So do you decide to start traveling?
Right then, shall we get a move on?
Yeah.
Very well.
I
Yeah.
guess.
In which case, the group will begin
Set
making
out.
their way south.
Down.
Before long, you are able to find the path that would lead into Neelis Arena itself, but instead you go down, and it's about half an hour or so of travel before you make it to the camp. So if anyone wants to have a discussion, private or otherwise, now is the time. Otherwise,
I am going to walk a little behind so that I'm walking on par. On par? That's no a
On
phrase I don't
par,
know.
same pace with.
Same pace as
Okay.
Kretash, and I will kind of like my hand on his shoulder to kind of get his attention because boy is tired.
What's up, Seelia?
When do you know when Crawley's coming back?
It's only been. Where's the sun at? Still, you said it was just
it
after.
was so.
Well, it's probably been
Yeah.
about an hour since, so it's probably.
Yeah, since you checked about that, yeah.
So it was early morning, so she's still probably got another half to 3/4 of a day's travel.
Oh.
I
Oh,
only
okay.
I only sent her this morning, so she's still gonna be gone for a little while.
Okay.
If that is all.
As
I
we are walking,
Yes.
I would like to try and close off my mind again, but not with the intention of. Because obviously, I was able to feel the spirits of those that were dying or dead. I'd like to try and just do that.
Make me a wisdom check.
Okay.
after this, I would like to speak, but I'm getting a call right now, so I'll just be right.
Yep, that's fine. We'll do this
19. Yeah, 19.
for a single second. You can find yourself. It is similar in a way to the divine sense you are used to, but
Mhm.
it is different in the way that how it feels, and obviously the intention of it is very different. For a single moment, you can kind of sense this entire jungle is infested with spirits of all kinds, and then once again there is nothing. And you will feel a chill in your back. No voice, no presence, just a chill.
I am anticipating Strahd knowing when I'm doing this now. But I'm expecting him to know when I'm doing this. Because I almost expect that that's what he wants me to do.
Are you thinking this?
I wonder what gave you that idea.
I am thinking this. actively thinking this and said, I'm sure this is what he wants
You feel
me
the
to try and learn to do.
You feel the sudden urge to smile.
And I will do so.
And then silence. And
Fantastic. I just carry on walking.
and I think Shadow is still on the phone, so
Mm-hmm.
Cassiopeia, as you sort of look around, and you feel at home. In a weird way. You don't recognize this place visually, or even from memory,
I'm back.
but something about it draws you in. Curiosity. Shadow, take the floor.
Are we still walking
You are still
along?
walking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. For this, I will call out to Wa. Wa, during that fight back there, I'd like to get your input, your opinion on this. First off, why do you think Dallasman was so quick to run away, quick to leave it to his cronies? He didn't want to face us himself.
Maybe someone has something Dallasman's worried about.
Yeah, he did mention some stuff like that.
What do you think it could be? What do you think could have Dallasman so worried?
Well, as for what I think this is, you're the only one here who doesn't. Might as well tell you now. Remember when he was talking about someone in the party having Sildakin's power? He was he was eager to discern who. At first, he thought it was Seelia.
I don't.
I
I
think-
don't think. Oh, sorry. Can I hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, we're ahead. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, you
I'm-
can hear
But
it.
it's
Yeah.
been spoken out
I'm
loud.
was
not
gonna
trying
say-
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he didn't really think I had it. I don't know. I think he's messing
He
with
was
us.
calling out to you first, saying "Bard this, Bard that, whatnot."
Yeah. I think he
Irrelevant.
might-
I'm gonna hazard a guess that he was talking about you, just not aware of it.
I don't think I have the power he is
No,
talking
I'm saying that.
about.
I'm saying that. I'm saying that
it's to,
too. I'm saying it to Takumi.
Fuck me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh? Because I'm assuming that's where it's going. Irrelevant on who he thought it was. That,
Yes.
and you wouldn't be bringing this up with me and saying I'm the only one that doesn't know if it wasn't you. So,
Yes.
so you, Dallasman does not want to face.
If our hypothesis is true.
If that is correct, that can be used to our advantage to draw him out.
That is not advisable.
Yes. Problem is, along our battles throughout, ever since we got to the we'll call it the shore camp on the road up to Gaidanus, some sort of powers made itself apparent within me, and from what Kretash has told me, this isn't a power I should be using. I have made the choice not to use it because the more I use this power, it poses a great risk. The more I use it, higher the chance of a big explosion happening, taking out. As of right now, it has enough power to take out the entire, let's say, a good third of these isles.
No, no, no.
And should
As it is right now, it will disintegrate you.
I thought you
Should
told
you
me
No,
only
no, no.
if I die.
If you use it, yes. If you use it for long enough, it has the potential to build up enough energy to take out the entirety of the plains and Gardens.
All right, yeah. So if I were to keep using it, it would do that.
The more you use
Oh.
it, the bigger the explosion caused when you die.
Yes, and I can't risk that. This
Okay,
power, I may not have chosen it, but I will make the choice to not use it and endanger anybody.
And
So when I say this could be used to draw him out, are we saying Talisman fears this power or wants this power?
Well, he didn't seem very scared of it back then. He was curious, but again, we're not sure. We only saw the guy once.
He has it. He
Oh,
has it. He
He
used
had
it
it
on
as
me.
well.
That right?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
he
he
did
has
shoot
I
it.
mean,
an
I
energy
don't
at
know.
you.
This is the first I'm hearing
hang on,
of these powers.
Zephyr, is
so-
that
Yes, he did. He did use
Yes.
something that very, very much seemed like Takumi's abilities.
yeah?
So if he knows how strong the power is, that might be why he isn't afraid of it, but probably doesn't want to encounter it.
That also means he's a ticking time bomb as well. We don't know how far along he is with his usage.
Well,
when
not
we kill
just
him,
that, but what happens when two entities with that same issue collide?
Well, that. Hmm.
Are
We
we
were in the
safe
same room.
pursuing Talisman right now with you with us?
I mean, he's
Yes.
not using the power actively, so
If the power's there, whether it's being used actively, if there is some way it can be activated externally or through a force of emotion or anything like that, and Talisman manages to draw that out, would
It's
that, and there's someone
If
that
he had
understands,
the
and I'm
means,
going to
hang on.
address
Could have done
Kretash
it
with
already.
this. I'm going to address Kretash specifically with this. Would that magnify the damage that could be caused?
No.
Okay, then
What
it's fine.
what you're asking is because what this is, it's a corrupt form of the weave, which is what I get my magic from. Nobody
know how
can
the weave
nobody can force me to cast a spell. Ergo, it's exactly the same with Takumi's powers. Nobody can force him to draw them.
Mhm.
But the more you use them, the more powerful they become.
So, as someone that has been a magic user a lot longer than I, of this kind,
Not
is
of
this
this kind.
no? But you know what I mean. Like, you have more knowledge of this.
Mm.
Is it safe to be around as it stands at the moment?
As it stands at the moment, as I said, it will only disintegrate him. However, after continued use, the blast radius gets bigger. The safe distance smaller.
And what causes the blast?
murder.
It's
Death.
of any kind.
Ooh. Oh, I heard that, Zephyr.
I would like everyone but Wa to deafen.
Inspire you fucking tell him. Fuck you.
Oh god, okay.
I will let you know when you can undeafen.
Okay. Also use the thingy.
I'm using
Or not.
it. I'm using it.
I can't.
I responded. I'm.
Yeah. Alright. It causes death. It is triggered by death.
His death?
The power within your companion. The power within this talisman you seek. It is the end of all things.
And we don't want that, right?
Oh, I'm safe. Locked away in Barovia, I am safe from anything that happens on your plane of existence. But have you not wondered how the Badlands became to be? I've studied this magic. I know of it. This cancerous weave. It has existed since the beginning of time itself, as Sildakin has. The gods did not create the weave, they only founded it.
So you're saying that if you're trapped, you're safe. I'm not safe. Fantastic, great, love to hear it. The death of the person will cause the blast, and the blast could, from your knowledge, because obviously if you would like my assistance in being able to get out, I'm assuming you'd like an existence to be able to get out to face, correct?
You know as well as I, there are other worlds. As long as I am free, I could go anywhere. Perhaps Ravnica.
What do I need to do to prevent this?
To prevent what?
Prevent the end of this plane of existence. Or, if this does go tits up, how do I return to Ravnica?
You already know the answer to that second question. You're already looking for them, are you not? The alchemist. The one who will free you from me. They are more knowledgeable than you know. How do you stop this destruction? Stop Talisman in whatever he is trying to do.
If we kill Talisman, how much is the damage going to cause as it stands at the moment? Do you know?
That depends on how long he has been alive. I'm a vampire, not a god.
I know.
But you know a god. One of
I know
knowledge.
an angel.
Of balance, perhaps.
Is there something I can roll to see if I remember this? Because in my head I cannot remember.
Intelligence.
That was a 17.
It's believable that he's referencing that you know of Dualius, and you have spoken with him.
Of course. Okay.
Use your resources as I am using mine, and you will learn what you need. Just be careful. If Talisman does gain control of the elements and the elementals, chaos is inevitable.
Thank you. The more we work together, the more I'm seeing eye to eye.
I just condemned you to death, and you thanked me for it. And you will feel the presence pull away, slowly.
Okay.
And you are once again conscious to the world around you. And for those around...
Waiting for them to...
Yeah, I'm waiting for Malachi and Baronet. For those of who are conscious, you will see as Wild walks, his eyes will sort of glaze over a little bit, and then a couple seconds later, return to his glowing, evil pupils.
Would I be able to identify
You saw him stop.
I mean, I'm
what
walking...
happened?
Like he stopped.
Yeah, you would have seen me stop.
Yeah,
I
he
was walking
stopped.
ahead originally.
Yeah, but would I be able to identify what was happening
Well,
in that moment?
You saw him freeze up in a way that he has done so before.
Okay. What happened?
How old is Talisman?
Would I, Zephyr? Would I know?
No one's asked him when his birthday is or how old he is.
No one's asked him, yeah.
Do we know anyone that might know how Talisman is?
He's very old.
Cassiopeia, when
Mhm.
you spoke with that orc back in Ocean's Edge, did
Mhm.
they tell you give you any description of Talisman's age or any
No.
hint, any clue?
Talisman is an adult.
Hmm. Adult in Goliath years.
Hmm. So for all we know, we could be about to blow up the whole gosh darn world ourselves.
I mean, we don't have to kill him. We could aim for, disarm and unconsciousness, and maybe then we take him somewhere far, 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 far from anything and let him
From
die.
what my understanding would be, we would need to take him off of this plane.
I was about to say that. Why don't we just drop him onto another plane of existence?
The problem is, if we drop onto another plane of existence, there will still be innocent lives lost.
Not necessarily. Zephyr, I'm going to send you a name, and I'm pretty sure it's not quite right, but I think you'll get what I'm
Okay.
thinking. You picking up what I'm putting down?
That is a place that exists.
Yes. Is that correct? Is that name correct?
I would have to look at it. I haven't checked that in a while.
Thank you.
But as far
But
as
yes.
I'm aware, that is a place that exists. And
Yes. And
Th-
something I would
there-
have knowledge of.
at least two of you are very bookish and would have at least heard of this name, perhaps.
Mhm.
And possibly others that have travelled the planes.
Possibly others who have
I'm
traveled the
bookish
planes.
too.
Possibly.
I think you were talking
There
about
is
There's several
a
bookish
place. There is a place that we can drop him that would not result in innocent lives lost.
Where
What's your idea?
is that?
I can't remember the name exactly. Let me get back to some form of bookstore, and I will have that name for you. But there is a plane of existence that we can drop him off on that is entirely hostile.
I wonder if there may be a way of containing the power.
If I recall correctly, remember when we were all speaking with the Elder God of Balance? While
Dualis.
Yeah, Dualius,
Yeah.
a little while ago. I remember he told you all that there is someone out there who can help you with your affliction with Strahd. I believe, and I hope that they can help me as well. And in turn, maybe from what they know, we can find a way to pacify Talisman of this similar affliction. In a way, I think that person can help us both.
Mm. From
It's a
my
possibility.
understanding of so Zephyr, real quick, from my
Mm-hmm.
understanding of our conversation, I would know the truth about that, right? Because of the information I was given,
the information
I would be able to make my assumption.
You could make your assumption. You do not know for certain because you have not met that individual, and neither has.
Have I
Strahd.
not? Ah, there's a chance.
You know him by name only.
there's a chance that the alchemist may.
Do you know something?
I'm just gonna.
I have an escape. I have a way. Should certain people decide to explode rapidly, I may have a means of escape. Yes, that is pretty much it.
As
don't
the
know.
alchemist is sorry mentioned, I was just gonna say I'm gonna just look at Kretash when the alchemist is mentioned to see a reaction or no. I don't know. Wasn't the alchemist the? Oh
The
no!
alchemist was
wait.
in Ocean's Edge. Ocean's
Oh,
Edge?
that is. I
Yeah.
am. I am confusing the alchemist with the artificer. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say we haven't met.
No, there was the apothecary in Ocean's Edge. Right, I know. I will message you.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
make an intelligence check, and then I can potentially message you.
Yes. Intelligence. Where the fuck
Hey,
is
yo.
intelligence? I have
Right at the top.
none.
Right at the top, yeah.
Next to wisdom and const.
I need to stop using this and get some die. I need to stop using
What
this
did
and
you
get
get?
some
What did you
die.
get? No, what did you get?
I got a 6. I got a 6. That's not like.
I've been telling you guys like roll 20's an
I can
asshole
message
for
you. I can message you
ages.
something.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's just say if we have met the alchemist already, they should have been aware of your danger.
What?
I'm speaking again to Takumi.
That's all I can tell you, right?
Oh,
No.
aware of
You
what?
cut out. You cut out.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything because
Oh, yeah, he
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
The hag told me something about an alchemist, but I can't really. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, and then I will look at Kretash and just nod.
I need clarifier because dumb bitch juice. Okay.
Clarification.
So, yes. So we have the artificer that is
Artificer?
to do.
Artificer, an alchemist, whatever other word you need.
wait,
What
did
is
we meet an artificer?
No, you've not met an
I
artist.
don't
No,
think
but
we
I was
did.
gonna say
it
we haven't
was
met an
meant.
artificer yet.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I'm just so those are two things. We have like an alchemist in Ocean's Edge, the dude that
That was an apothecary.
you were going after.
That was an apothecary.
That was the
Mother.
wait.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
The potion seller
Yes.
apothecary from Ocean's Edge.
Yeah, Cassiopeia and I spoke to him like once, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't he
Wait.
the guy that also changed age?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that the guy that disappeared? I thought he
That's-
was the alchemist.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
That
wait.
was the Ocean's Edge apothecary.
Right.
Okay, that is okay.
Right.
Two things with apothecary. Okay, so
Oh, right. Yeah,
apothecary
yeah. No, I'm with you now.
is the old young dude, right?
Yeah.
The alchemist is the one the hag mentioned. Right.
Yeah, I think.
To me.
I had a
And
feeling-
the artificer is one of Kretash's issues. I think. Was that it?
Well, the artificer was something that I was looking at and somebody that I wanted to meet, but there's no.
Wasn't that your
there's no-
daddy?
He wanted to meet an artificer.
Hmm.
There has not been a
I
named
wanted to meet
artificer.
an artificer, but no, I have no relations to an artificer.
Because
Both
I
of-
remember.
Both of my parents are enchanters.
That is okay. So we do not know an
No, we do not know an
No,
artificer.
we don't know an artificer.
and we are now mentioning an artificer because
No, we're not. You mentioned
Because
an
you
artificer.
mentioned the artificer. You brought that up.
Yeah, no one else mentioned it.
Nobody else.
I don't know what that was. Okay. I think that I thought
You
that
have met an
the
apothecary in Ocean's Edge, who some people saw as a younger self. You've met
yeah.
people who have told you about someone called the Alchemist.
Yes.
That is as far as it
And
goes.
Yeah.
yes, and the artificer just came out of thin air. Got it. There is
Yes.
no
There is
artificer.
no artificer.
I think it's safe to say by
Yet.
this point you've made it to the camp.
Yep.
But yes, if you want conversation to continue, that is more than fine.
What do we say when we get to the camp?
Yeah, I'd like to pull Kretash to the side just before we
Oh,
investigate
God.
the camp.
Yep. I want to talk to you. All right.
You wanted to kill him, didn't you? And I'm pulling him off to enough to the side to intentionally hide this conversation from
Okay.
everyone else.
Yo, wait, which one?
The ticking time bomb.
Yes, absolutely.
I wondered why your demeanor had changed. I understand now.
Still do, but that's
Needs for a purpose.
I don't like it. I don't like the idea of standing next to a bomb.
No, but at the moment the bomb can only damage themselves.
Yes,
From your
but that could
uneducated...
change.
Yes, which is what I want to ask you. From your uneducated
Uneducated?
knowledge... Well, from your unexperienced, sorry, is the word I was meant to use, your educated but inexperienced knowledge of ticking time bombs specifically, how many times do you reckon he could use it to become an asset?
I'm not going to entertain that answer.
You may need to be aware as a last resort. Only as a last resort.
I'm not going to entertain that answer. I'm going to walk off.
Okay.
What do I see? What do I see of this camp?
You see 2 tents, pretty well kept.
Huh?
You see a table with some documents in sealed envelopes. And you see a fire that has not been lit this morning, but it is charred wood.
We see
Document
charred
wood.
wood.
You also see a piece of rolled up paper, different than the envelope.
Charred wood and rolled up
I'm going for that rolled up paper. I'm going for all the documents and rolled up paper, whatnot.
The rolled up paper.
Before you grab anything! Oh.
No, he's gone for it.
I've done it. I'm going for it.
As a wizard, you can identify this immediately. It is 2 expelled scrolls
Spelled.
of Find
Okay.
Steed.
Of
Of
what?
what?
Find Steed.
Find Steve.
Find steed. Oh. Okay. I see.
They were used within the hour. That much you can tell from the residue.
Mm-hmm.
And there were two of
Two
them.
of them.
That were fine
Yes.
seed.
Both expelled.
What are those, Kretash?
The scrolls. They were used about an hour ago.
What were they used for?
They're scrolls of Find Steed.
So they just summoned a steed and got out of here?
It's a spell that I'm not familiar with.
Why you would be as a paladin if you want to look
Yeah,
it up. You
I
can.
was about to say. I was about to explain exactly what it was as well.
In fact, you've
That would
all-
explain
you've all
why there was
seen
no.
it before.
Yeah. Takumi, your friend uses Fine Steed.
Figured that's what that was.
Yeah, basically, it's a spirit that rideable spirit. Basically,
They just
that will
got in
explain
spectral
that.
animal and got out of here.
That will explain why we've not been able to find any tracks of where it has come from.
Would I
So-
actually through those
Oh!
scrolls, would I be able to track the essence of the magic that came from it?
No, unfortunately not,
Mm.
because the
No.
spell does not. Unlike identify, it doesn't
Mm.
come from the scroll itself. It summons something else. So with identify, the
Yeah.
scroll became the spell. With
Yeah.
at least in my in the world of
Yeah,
Trinity
I'm with you.
Isle,
I'm with you.
a summoning scroll is it summons a separate entity, and the scroll is individual.
Okay, so someone Dallasman was. Let me see if I get this right. Dallasman was with someone at the camp, and I'm guessing then that person came and picked him up with a steed,
Possibly.
or
Well, if it's expelled scrolls, it's more likely that the spell was.
It created the
learned from-
steeds here.
Yeah, the steeds were
They
created.
created
here.
them right here.
Now, if it's within the hour. Now, if I remember correctly, and again, Zephyr, I need confirmation from this.
Mm-hmm.
It is as a dash action for a horse would be 100 foot a turn.
Yes.
They're 50 foot standard on ground.
Yep.
But the terrain being jungle, would that then impede their? From
No,
what I could tell
Because
from
they
the
are-
surrounding area.
Because they are spirits, you would not be able to tell.
No, but because they are spirits. Well, you'll still be able to see. Because it still has the ability to leave tracks. It's still a corporeal item.
They have not left track.
Okay, but if they can travel, if it has taken the form of a horse, and it can travel 100 foot as a double distance within an hour, that would be 100 foot every 6 seconds, which sounds ridiculous. So it's 1,000 foot
10
every
miles in an
minute,
hour.
10 miles in an hour. Okay, so if that is the case, 10 miles in the hour, Cassiopeia can cover 10 miles in an hour. We don't know which direction. We can assume that Dallasman will not have traveled near the city, so that wouldn't have been the case. If we've traveled south, heading towards the jungle, from where we are now, what direction is the city?
North. You could tell that you came south,
North.
and the birds said that you were going south.
Okay,
But you
So-
you don't have a map on you to reference. Unfortunately.
no, that's fine. Cassiopeia, what is your field of vision?
What does that question mean?
If you are in the air, how much further ahead would you be able to identify objects? You know, like a bright shiny horse.
Zephyr, what's
You
the
can
answer
roll,
to this?
You can go and roll perception if you want.
Okay.
But you've got.
I'm using math.
Is it? Would this be a passive perception question or no?
Well, if you roll below your passive perception, you can use your passive.
Okay, I rolled below, so my passive is 15.
You can't see.
It's hard for me to see
trace
up in the
of-
sky.
You can't see any trace of what.
Zephyr
Yeah,
found it, by the
That's
way.
not the question I'm asking though. Question I'm asking. So, what is
was
their
I asking?
what is someone's regular
range.
distance?
The range.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to fucking look at the NHS website for you?
yes.
You're the DM.
How far do birds see?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the NHS because he'd have bird eyes.
Eagle vision.
Isn't
Yeah.
the basic sense is you can just like the basic sense is like you can just see 30 feet out?
Well, that would be really dumb because then you can only see 5
Look,
times
we're,
an average
We're going
human.
off
Near
the
60.
right. Okay, so I'm gonna say around 3 miles because that's roughly when the Earth you can see the horizon 3 miles away.
Okay. So if
And
Cassiopeia
I'm not
go,
doing the math of hey, this is
Okay.
a little planet.
well, eagles have a sight of about 2 miles. So
It's 4 times better than whatever a human can see in terms of distance.
So 6
Okay.
miles.
All right, awesome. So if Cassiopeia was to go up, follow the same speed, eventually this steed, because the steed can only be, it can be ice duration for ages, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Cassiopeia could keep heading south and see if they can see where the next stop would be. As it gets dark, Talisman would still need to stop and set up camp somewhere.
Cassie went to CCC to see what she could see.
You filling up for this, Cassie?
I'm down for whatever is required.
The next question is, who would that second person be? Because he hasn't cast 2. That's 2 separate people using a scroll each.
Mm.
So you'd be on the lookout for 2 horses.
We'll keep that in mind.
Cassiopeia will nod.
But as far as we know, Cassie is to look further south, and we'll see what we can gather.
Sorry I made you go to another website you didn't want to go to, Zephyr.
I'm gonna have to fucking.
No, you're not. Don't lie to him.
I'm gonna have to fucking bookmark this fucking Specsavers website that told me the average person's viewing length. And then I had to do the math because they're a fucking bird. I had to look up the
PGM.
I had to look up the curvature of the Earth.
Oh my god. Oh, so we're on Earth
This is
confirmed.
why we haven't done this for 4 weeks.
Who would have thought I'd be the person causing this problem?
Me.
All of us, seriously, you're
Everyone.
annoying.
No.
Right.
What says
He's
the
grumpy.
doorman?
You'd know
Was it
what
a
about
bed? I
doors,
can't
wouldn't
remember.
you?
Wooden.
I simply asked how much the bed weighed so that I could, upturn it for Cassiopeia.
These are all irrelevant questions.
You were the ones who
So I'm-
spent 2 hours trying to open a fucking window.
Hey, and guess what?
And I
I'm now
did.
doing the exact same derailing to try and help us.
They're on a rails. They've been melted down
What
to their
the
core
fuck
elements.
are you guys doing?
I'm
So,
I'm gonna go search the tent, the rightmost tent.
Okay. You open the tent, you see literally nothing.
Literally
The
nothing.
bedroll
Pitch
has
black.
been, the bedroll has been taken. There is no lantern hanging where you would presume the lantern would hang. This place has been packed up.
Fair enough, I'm gonna go check the other one.
Very much the same case, except
Very much the same case.
a dagger.
while
Except-
this
What?
A dagger.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
A single
Okay.
dagger left on the floor.
Okay. What does this dagger look like?
Black steel
Black steel.
carved on it.
Oh, what's the worst that can happen? I'm gonna pick it up.
You do so, and you can sort of see
Fine.
like you can see the sort of imprint that it's left behind. Like it was kind of pushed into the dirt,
Right.
so it's left like the imprint of what was left.
Is there
by
any
that.
engraving on it, or
There is.
there is?
Elven.
Okay. Uh
I
huh.
knew it. I knew it.
What does it say?
It is a name. Volred.
What name?
Volred. VULRED.
Right. Is that a name I'm familiar with? feel like there's a name I'm familiar with, but
I don't think it is.
you don't think it is?
I do not. No.
Okay, cool. That answers that question
If
then.
you are, I fucked up somewhere.
Oh.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
I'm gonna take my dagger out of its sheath. I'm gonna put this dagger in.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sort of walk around with my dagger out.
Alright, you will see as Kretash leaves the tent, he's sort of moving his dagger around slowly in his hand.
Find anything else useful?
I don't think so yet.
Also, Wa,
Hello.
I got you caught up to speed. There was also something you were wanting to tell us after you came back one night. Remember back in Guy Dennis? Yeah, that.
Yeah. Woo, that's a. So, guys, just to give you a heads up, I had a task that was given to me by, the big bad that's in my head.
Strahd.
The big bad that's in my head.
Huh? Yeah.
So Strahd.
The big bad that's in my
Yes,
head.
yes,
Stop
yes,
saying his name.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Yes, we get it.
And I.
Hey Strahd, we're
would've-
talking about you. Yes, that's Kretash.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, in character. We're in character. Carry on.
Oh yeah, we are.
We're in character. Yeah.
No, nothing yet. Okay.
Uh,
Go while you can.
Let's just say, and this is as my character would, the task I thought would lead to my death. It hasn't. No party was harmed. No one was harmed. No thing was harmed. But that's all I can really say about it without causing, some sort of existential crisis and some bad stuff that possibly might happen to me or someone else we kind of
Right.
appreciate. So that's where we're going to have to leave that conversation, okay?
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
How late is it now, Zeph?
Well, it's been about half an hour since you last checked. Because you checked as you started travelling down to the camp.
Yeah, I did. Is there anything else around? Like, you said there's these two tents and this table, but like, is there anything else around? Like, what's the area like?
You are very much on the edge of the enchanted forest. You can see little blue purple like glistenings deep in the trees.
Okay.
Colours.
Yeah.
I'd like to use Detect Magic as a pack spell.
The pack spell? What is a
Okay.
pack
As a
spell?
packed spell. It's just I've got an extra spell slot specifically for packs.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
basically a warlock spell
Yeah,
slots.
right. What
Yeah.
are you using it to detect
Spells you
anything
get from your daddy.
specific, or just a general? Is there magic in the area?
Sorry, not Detect Magic, Define Sense. Sorry. That's a completely different thing. I
Okay.
do not have Detect Magic. I have Divine
Alright,
Sense.
Remind me what divine
As an
sense-
action,
Yep.
I can detect good and evil, and until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell and know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 foot.
You detect none of that. There is no celestial fiend or undead. There is no one under the
I'm
influence of Hallow.
And turns out it doesn't need a spell slot.
No,
So
it's
that's
its
just
own
an
thing.
ability I have.
Yeah.
I'm Celeste, but I'm not celestial.
Oh my god. Well, I think I'm probably going to. Where is it? Do I still have that?
I don't know.
And-
Do you?
I mean,
Hey,
apparently I do. My inventory says I do. Not sure why I still do, but apparently I've still got one. I'm going to set up my bedroll in one of the tents.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. When Cassiopeia returns, we'll be able to get information.
Did we all see that blue purple glow, or
Yeah.
just one person?
It's an enchanted forest.
They speck around the trees. Seelia, the color is a little bit familiar.
The color of the what?
Of the
Sorry.
of the glowing light is a little bit familiar.
Familiar from being a primary and also
In
a
fact,
secondary color.
they're all a little bit. The
What?
color is a little bit familiar to all of you now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was about to say
Um,
that it's exactly the colors of my
Takumi was
spells.
glowing. Sorry. What?
So there's
what?
there's blue and purple little specks throughout the forest, through the enchanted forest.
The colors are
But
familiar.
it's familiar to us.
Colors of the rainbow.
I'd like to check this out. Does anyone want to come with?
I'm gonna
Check-
set up my
check-
bedroll and pull out one of my books.
Check
Alright.
what out
I'm
exactly?
gonna pitch up next near Kretash, not next to, but near.
The
Well, I mean, I'm going in one of the tents, so
Yeah,
you're
I'll
either
come in one
next
of
to
the
me or
tents.
you're not.
All right. Well, I mean, how big's the tent?
Big enough for one person, two if you got real close together.
Ooh.
I will pull out my wolf pelt and use it as a blanket to kind of make a little extension of the tent,
oh,
like a what do we call it? We call it a side up. No, we call it a dig in.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get you. Now.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
thing that you learn in basic training of militaries to be able to build a shelter using minimal. materials.
You're able to set one up just fine.
Yeah.
Takumi,
Yeah, it's called a dig in.
You're going towards one of the lights.
I'm
Don't hit towards the
I'm just
light.
going to answer her question first. These glowing, glistening colors around the trees, they feel a little familiar, almost as if they
Are-
might just be calling out to us. I'm not sure, but I think it's worth checking out.
Are they emanating from somewhere? Like, do they look like they're coming from a certain direction?
Yes. They're all
Yeah?
over the place, but they look like they have an origin.
Yeah, let's go. Let's check it out.
All right. Cassie, good luck. If you need anything, just come back to this point. Kretash and Wa should still be here.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
People
Yeah.
know that-
if this detour is quick, hopefully we'll be back here as well. If not, we
Yeah.
will be back eventually.
I'll see you soon.
Stay safe.
Is this where you...
I'll give a light salute. Casual light, kind of.
You stay safe as well.
They're in a
Oh,
little
oh.
bit, old birdie.
Yeah.
Is this where
Cassiopeia
you
will
take
get ready
off,
to fly.
Cassiopeia? Yep.
She'll take up.
Alright. We will go with you.
Okay,
for light. Yep.
Can I, before she does, can I just pat her?
That's not up to me.
I know it's just
You
very
can certainly
instinctual
try.
at this point.
Cassiopeia will react slightly, but she won't stop you.
I will realize what I'm doing and just get my hand back.
Celia's not used to
realised-
travel
Yeah.
with animals who have like
Sure.
Crowley
What?
will be back.
I just like to realize
Just
I
give her a
keep
little
sending
bit.
birds away on recon missions.
Cassiopeia will look a
Carry-
little confused at first, but she'll walk back up to Seelia and give you a pet in return.
Okay.
I mean,
And then she'll fly.
Well, you know, like warhead carrier pigeons and stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
All right.
but I keep sending birds.
Cassiopeia, as you take off, what direction do you fly in?
What direction am I meant to be flying in?
You were told south, but you can go whatever direction you like.
I think she would just go in the direction she's told. She'd have a look. She'd keep an eye on her peripherals, but she'd just head south.
Okay, and in what direction? How long would you like to do your flying before you start making your way back?
That depends on if she sees anything of interest.
Give me a rough estimate, and I can tell you if you find anything in that time.
Hey, Zephyr, shall I really throw a spanner in the works for you?
I swear
Make
to
you go
God,
to another website.
No, because I've got distances set up here. Okay, so shut up.
I was just going to say about how in the air there's natural thermals, which means that a gliding ability would then increase height, which would then
Wah.
mean
Shut up before
What?
he decides to kill you.
TheBarinade,
And I can do
have
that.
his moment.
But roughly how long would you like to fly?
She'd fly for like. Does she have an idea of how long the others are going to be?
No clue.
Okay. If she doesn't find anything, she'll fly for like 40 minutes one way before coming back.
Okay. I will come back to you in a moment, if that is alright.
That is not okay. I don't forgive you, Zephyr.
Alright, we'll
Okay.
do it right now.
I'm joking.
Okay,
Go for it.
so, alright. Seelia and Takumi, as you slowly venture off into the thick of the jungle, the glowing gets a little brighter, and before long, in the ground you find these little rooted crystals that sort of stand about 4 feet tall, emanating this sort of purple-blue glow. Takumi, you recognize it from the mirror in the heritage site. The same crystals that allowed you to see through the eyes of another. Seelia, you recognize that as well as the crystal that sits upon your necklace.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna like before like pre-touch it, like go close and just see if
Yeah.
it,
can.
it
As
feels
you
like
get
it.
closer, you can see, whilst due to the colouring of the crystal itself, it is not perfect, but there is a clear and fine reflection. As you get closer, as you get closer, the glowing gets a little bit dimmer, and it almost looks like little sort of misty swirls are inside.
Hmm. Are okay. I'm gonna touch it.
It makes a very pretty ting sound.
Ding.
Pretty much exactly that.
Okay, but it doesn't really like it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't like the necklace is reacting.
The necklace is glowing in a very similar way.
Are there any pieces of this laying around? Like I know they're technically like
No.
clusters. I guess
There's nothing
clusters.
that's
Okay.
fallen off. No.
Okay.
Although it does look like
Okay.
there are parts of the crystal that have been cut. You know, there are some edges that are a lot cleaner and straighter than others.
Okay. And so this is like along the pathy thing?
It's
Or
not in the path, it's in the thicket of the jungle. And the further into the jungle you get, the more of these there are around. Initially there's one every 20, 30 feet or so, but you can sort of see if you were to go further and further off the path, they would get a little closer together.
okay, can I see what I can remember about the stone? Like because I know it was mentioned by Mannerington, I think it
Roll
was mentioned that it's
intelligence.
or yeah, okay. Intelligence. And I also know that it's here mainly that it's main. Wait, I will not roll like this. I have a dice. I will not fucking do this shit again. Let me just find where my modifier is though. I can't find it.
It'll be up top.
Wait. It's a 14 plus 2. 16 14, 15, 16. 16?
You would remember from Mannerington's discussion with you that the crystal on your necklace is moonstone. And moonstone
Yeah.
was harvested by the elves when they inhabited the Enchanted Forest. and that
Mhm.
the moonstone to create your necklace is combined with the gold of Gaidanus. Its purpose, the purpose of the moonstone, you're not fully educated on, but you do clearly remember that it was used in the mirror, so it has some innately magical property.
Yeah. Okay.
Takumi, how do you respond as Seelia touches the crystal?
So, from what we see, this is like a 4 foot tall, going straight up, like vein
Not
of.
straight up. It's sort of it's almost blossoming like a flower,
Okay.
with like one large shard in the center pointing directly up, but then you've got not small but smaller branches of it, almost kind of shards kind of going outward. A few of them have been cut short.
Huh. And do I also hear the sound it makes when she touches it?
Yes.
Or is it Celia, do you know what this is? Do you have any idea what we're looking at here?
As far as I'm aware, it's moonstone. It's something specific to here, and the elves harvest it. The mirror had it. I think it has magical properties, but I'm not sure what kind.
Interesting. Do you think we should take a piece or two, or just leave it here? Something magical
Um,
might come in useful later.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I mean, what could okay, me too. That like, what would it potentially take to break some off?
You would need some kind of either weapon or tool to like you can tell from touching it. It's not impossible to break. It's clearly harvestable, but you can't do it with your hand. You need something with a little bit of force. And from the look of it, you want something that can cut as opposed to bash.
I don't know. I'd feel kind of bad taking it from its natural. I don't know. Habitat, but maybe.
We could just leave it here then. How does this look? Is it like translucent, transparent
It's not, you can't
color?
see through it, but you can sort of see these sort of milky like wisps going through it slowly.
Can I sit down and do a? I can. I will sit down and do a detect magic ritual for like 10 minutes,
sure.
and I'm gonna say like Takumi, I'm gonna do like detect magic and see if it's what I can find out
Yep, sure.
before we do anything.
Takumi,
We
what
do.
would you
Sure,
like to
yeah.
do whilst Seelia performs a ritual?
I'm gonna look at this moonstone a little bit more, and after like a few like a minute or half minute of that, I will keep watch around the area, make sure Celia is undisturbed.
Okay. At the end of your ritual, Seelia, you know as much as this. You do detect magic from this crystal. It is not a particular class of magic, however. It is pure magic in its most natural form.
Okay.
It regards you as a mudblood.
Sorry. Okay. I will. Yeah. It's. How does that even work? It being magic, like it's like magic flowing within it, kind of type. I don't know.
It, from what you can detect, it's almost like you are detecting the weave itself.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if it's okay. This is me asking like as a player because I'm not sure what the read is, kind of the
There is no read.
like
There's no read. Like it is what it is. Like that. The best way I
it
can
is
describe
magic.
it like the best way I can describe it, it is you detect the most pure natural form of magic ever.
Imagine you close your eyes and you feel a gust of wind. You can't tell if it's natural, if it's a fan, if it's someone blowing on your hand. You know it's
Yeah, but
there, but you just don't know what.
when it comes
It's
to harvesting, I get it, but like when it comes to harvesting it, like would it prefer to stay undisturbed?
It has you cannot tell whether or not it has consciousness. You can just detect what it is.
Ah,
would any of us know if
You-
this is a volatile material?
You
If
have
we
never
if
experienced
we're-
it. No one has knowledge of this. Not even Kretash would. And I'll say this is to the group. But like, yeah, right. The thing, detect magic doesn't detect whether something is alive or not. It just detects the magic that is there, and this is
That
the
would
strongest.
be detect life and death.
Yes, and this is the strongest
Different spell.
sense of magic you have ever felt using this spell. Is unlike
Okay,
anything
and
you've experienced.
okay. I just don't. I don't know if harvesting it would be moral. I don't know how to explain.
Right.
That is
Yeah,
for you to work out.
I know, but I'm just because if it was just like ore or something, right? It's like, oh, it's ore. Okay, it's like charcoal. Oh, but it's like, it feels like magic. That's like very pure. I don't know. What do you think we should do, Takumi? It's magic, and it could probably be used as an
hmm.
amulet or something.
When I think as a survivor out in the field, you'd want to get every resource possible. But since we are adventurers, travelers, this is material native to this region, and thus, as far as we're aware, we're not sure whether we should take it or not. But just as a normal person, I say we can admire the beauty of this without having to break it.
Yeah.
And if we
Okay.
have need of it later, we know where to find it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just leave it here. And I'm just gonna kind of like admire it a little bit and like run my hand through it. Be like, okay, you're pretty. You stay. And yeah, we can.
I would also like to do the same, touch it, get a feel for its texture.
Right.
It's
Okay.
Oh no!
here we go.
It's gonna react to Takumi, isn't it?
Takumi.
He said it was of the weave.
So I don't get a
Takumi,
cute sound.
As you place your hand upon it, you feel a slight vibration coming from the surface of the moonstone. And from your fingertips, these purple tendrils begin to seep
Into me or out of me?
into the moonstone surface. Almost
I
like
pull my. I move my hand
you
back.
cannot. But this is within a moment.
Okay.
Almost like blood in veins, that kind of look. It begins to
Yep.
fuel the crystal itself. By the time you pull your hand away, you can see these veins filling further and further, the wisp slowing down until it becomes this black shadow-like shroud within the crystal itself. And the crystal begins to shake, crack, shrivel up, and slowly it turns into this sort of sand-like substance falling away bit by bit, crumbling and breaking, landing.
I have one question.
One moment, Marco. Landing on the ground and looks like a night sky. And in the center of it all, a single purple shard of crystal remains, standing perfectly, defying gravity itself. Malachi.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Shadow, what part of you are using a cancer of the weave did you not get?
We didn't get the read of that. Okay.
No, that was the conversation that I had with him.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh dear. Oh, that poor.
Yeah,
And
I
you did
got
get
that.
a read of
too.
it.
Oh.
It was part of
Uh,
what you got in your detect magic. It was magic of the weave itself.
Yeah, no. Because when I had the conversation with Takumi, I made a very the term I used was it's like a cancer within the weave.
well,
But yes,
it
carry
is
on.
what it is.
I
It
will
is what
look
it is.
Seelia.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I
It's
did
fine.
not.
We destroy things. You killed 5 people, Kretash. Fine.
Don't know what
You
you're.
killed a
I killed. I only killed one. I don't know what you're on about. Technically two.
I just wanted
You
to.
let a hobgoblin commit suicide. Seelia.
I just thought I could just let my guard down for a moment and just enjoy nature, just as I did back
It's
at home.
okay.
But
It's okay.
I
But yes, all that remains is this single crystal balancing on. It's like perfect. It's this perfect kind of shape that has 2 points balancing, defying
is
gravity
it
itself.
light purple, like glowing,
Dark
or just
purple,
dark?
very similar to the powers of which you've used in the past.
Well, uh, we can't leave this here.
We can't what?
We can't leave this here. It's okay. It's okay. We just have to take it and see what to do with it. Accidents happen.
I will.
I
Hopefully, if I
don't
touch
think
this,
I should.
nothing. Yeah.
Do you have like something you can put it in? Like, don't maybe don't touch it directly, but also no one else should touch it. Like I'm not touching it. And
Let me see
also
what I have.
I'm gonna like I'm gonna remove my scarf and reveal my necklace. Be like, I have this. You can't touch this, okay? Like just saying this very very explicitly. If I lose it, if I drop it, don't touch it, okay? Okay? And don't tell people I have it. But like don't just don't, okay?
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
you have a necklace made out of moonstone. It
Yeah.
looks.
Yes.
So the
Uh,
chain around it is the chain fine to grab? If in any case anyone might have to.
Please test this.
you don't. You just for the best just don't
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
maybe don't. Yeah.
I get it here. Here
Yeah,
I.
if you see a necklace, someone careful. Just careful when you touch things that could be
All right,
magical
I'll just let someone else do it.
in the future. It's okay. Yeah. And in the future, we're just very gonna be careful with what we touch. I'm gonna like cover it up, you know, and or do you have something you can put that in? And I'm gonna point towards the flying crystal
It's not
I
flying.
will.
It's like balancing.
balancing.
It's just
What is it
standing
balancing?
straight up. It's standing
Like
straight
it's
up on the
balancing on a
ground.
point.
Ah, okay.
I will take off my backpack and open it, put it on the ground. Can I try to use my hand axe to kind of just nudge this thing inside with the hand axe
The
and
second
not.
it is touched, it falls to the ground. It doesn't break or shatter. Nothing happens, but it comes off balance and it falls, and you see this little shadowy wisp going about inside a lot quicker.
Does it leave any trace on the ground when it falls?
No.
Below it? No? Okay, I will use my hand axe to just, like, constantly just nudge it inside the backpack.
Alright. I will add an item to your inventory.
Okay.
Magic bomb.
Now,
It's
you
getting
as
out of hand.
you as a
Now there are two
character
of them.
will not have context to the name of this item, but obviously it's a
Yes.
specific item that requires a specific name. So
Yes.
I will see if I can find
Let
it.
me know and I will refresh. Right, so anything magical like that, don't touch. I just...
No touch.
Refresh
Like I
your
said,
your character sheet.
Thank you. Like I said, I just thought I could have a moment where I could feel like I was back home.
Yeah,
There were
I know.
beautiful trees, and I thought I could admire something without this.
It's okay. We just have to be extra careful now with this thing, but it's okay, and you got it under control. You're not using it, so it should be fine.
Indeed.
Everything should be fine. Yeah.
Now that we know what's up, we learned something, and maybe this thing, I don't know, might come in use, or we might just have to break it. I don't know.
I don't think we should use it, and if we break it, I think it might explode. So maybe we show it to the others and see what we do, but also the fact that you can do it means that Talisman can do it. And I don't know if he knows he can do it. And I don't know to what extent this, can corrupt things, right?
Right. Best not to let news of this spread too far.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the group because I don't think there's anything else we can do here.
That's appears all that's out here, just more moonstone going out and out. Well, we had a nice walk.
Yeah. Can I look at the nearest by moonstone? Like if I see one
It's about
kind of
20
nearby?
feet away from you.
I want to go and see if it's normal or a little weird.
It looks fine. As you get closer, it looks very much the same as the moonstone you were at before.
I am going to do this and say sorry for your friend. Like very, very quietly. Very, very, not sure why I'm doing it. Just
There is no
continue.
response.
I reckon. I'm gonna go back to Takumi and we're gonna continue going home.
Episode 19, the one where Seelia tries to befriend inanimate objects.
Look! I don't fucking know. It's been a lot of
The one where
murders today,
Takumi killed
right?
a rock.
Minecraft.
I mean, technically.
Minecraft D&D edition.
Right. Are you two making your way back to camp then?
Yeah.
In which
Yes.
case, we will go back to Cassiopeia, who is soaring through the sky, wind in her feathers. And as you kind of get tired of flying and you're like, oh, you want to head back, you can see some smoke stacks in the distance.
In which distance? Is it not back the way I came? This is further.
Further down south, down the path.
Okay. And I've flown for about 40 minutes now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you would... That's pretty far then. How far away does it... Do I have an idea of how far away that smoke looks like it might be?
Like, couple more miles.
How long would that take me to travel?
Not very long. Couple of minutes. At your speed, a couple of minutes.
Okay, she'll travel a few more minutes to see what the hay is going on with that smoke.
Alright, and as you get closer, you do see what looks to be a small town.
Ooh. Whoop. Okay. Can she investigate?
As you can sort of see that this town it's not like Ocean's Edge. The town is made of like these sort of wood logs that are stood up and carved into sort of a spiked wall. Everything seems to be made out of natural resources, and there's this sort of big willow
Ooh.
tree in the center.
Oh, this looks like a cool place. Can I get a closer vantage point to see what kind of people live here?
There's a tree you can perch in if you'd like.
Cassiopeia will perch.
And as you sort of perch, you see all manner of beast folk. You see Harangon, the rabbit folk species. You
Ooh.
see more Aarakocra, like yourself. You see
Ooh.
Tabaxi, the cat species. You see some turtles. I won't tell you what they are, you can guess. You see centaurs, and you see minotaurs.
Okay, this is an interesting place. And this is a small town?
Yeah, it looks like at most a couple dozen buildings. One large
Okay.
building sort of near the willow tree, which looks like, you know, the base of operations.
Okay. Is there like a market stall or like an information desk anywhere?
Not that you can see.
Not that I can see.
Yeah, there's just this massive tower with this rotating eye. Just
Well, there
Next
might look
eye,
for,
just
for
like-
visitors, you know, who knows? Maybe their tourist industry is booming here for all we know. I'll approach the willow tree.
As you do, you will see there's a couple of the folk on the walls as you get closer. What
A couple
is
of what?
your, like, a couple of the beast folk.
Oh, okay.
What
They're on the
is your
like click.
business here?
I have no business here.
Who are you?
And you just smile.
I'm Cassiopeia.
And this sort of rabbit folk sort of hop up on top of the wall. If you're going to enter, enter through the main gate. And if you're going to enter, you need permission from the chief.
Oh, okay. Where do I find the chief?
He will come to you at the main gate.
Oh. Okay. Which way is the main gate? Also, what is the name of this place?
This is Bahal.
Baal. I see.
And it will point to a very obvious main entrance gate.
Okay. Cassiopeia will approach it from within the camp.
And you will immediately be surrounded by centaurs, minotaurs, and tabaxi, all holding weapons up at you. And then we'll speak in Sylvan.
Do I have Sylvan? Let's find out.
Yes, you do.
She does. She can speak Sylvan.
You enter without permission, Aarakocra, and you are not of Clan Bahal.
That is true. May I please enter?
Leave this place. Now. Invading on our soil.
I was only visiting.
You entered without permission to entry. That
You didn't have a
is
sign.
Invasion. And the Harangon will hop down. I clearly told you to go to the gate and await the chief.
But I went to the
Angry
main
bunny.
gate.
This Aarakocra is an idiot. Cast them
I took
out.
the most direct path, I'll have you know.
And then the
Angry
centaur
bunny.
will point their spear at you.
Am I gonna die? Oh no.
Leave
This is
and do not invade, or your blood will soak our soil.
Is there still a way to get permission to enter here? I was told I would be meeting with the chieftain.
You are poked with the tip of the spear, not enough to hurt, but to push you back. Do not play games, Aarakocra. Leave us. Now.
This is why we don't let Cassiopeia do things, because she just gets in trouble.
I didn't expect there to be an entire town that she would find.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
She'll at this point she'll nod and she'll fly out,
Very well.
eject herself out from the surroundings,
Now,
Oh.
as do you make your
and
way
she wants
back
to circle around to find the chieftain.
Oh. Cassiopeia's dead, guys.
If I had a nickel for every
You
time
do
a
not
party member
see-
went out
you-
on their own,
You do not see
Dungeon will have
anyone
nickels.
who sort of appears to be like a chieftain. At least
Okay,
not
she'll land on the
outside.
outside this time, and she'll approach the main gate from the outside.
And the Harangon will hop up onto the wall. You were told to leave us.
I did, but I have returned, requesting access.
An arrow is shot and is like a foot away from you. And you
She'll look
see,
down at the arrow.
you see an Aarakocra who is standing on the opposite side of the gate from the Harangon. We will not give you a second chance. You will leave, or I will shoot this into your eye, and we will feast on what remains of you.
Is there no way of obtaining permission into this place?
You will leave us, and we will only accept you if we have reason to.
What reason would you need for me to be let in?
5.
She ponders a number for a bit. 5 reasons. I have a lot to offer for trade, is 1. I have contacts across the island, it's 2.
Come on, let's play this out.
I think I'm quite amicable in diplomacy, that's 3.
1.
I'm struggling to figure a
Somewhat.
4th reason.
Does a 12 hit?
Does a 12 hit? No, it misses.
An arrow goes flying past your head.
I'm starting to think you don't really have a chieftain.
Oh my god!
This is amazing.
1d10 psychic damage on the shooter.
She thinks they're lying.
Liar.
Leave, or our chieftain will cut your throat, and you will have all the proof you need of their existence.
I don't believe your chieftain actually exists.
Very well. And the gates open. We will go back to Cassiopeia in a moment.
God.
Kretash and Wa, what are you two doing at the camp?
Oh well. I'm reading, but I'm splitting my time in between reading again the language book, which I can't remember which one I
I
started
believe
with.
it's Dwarven.
Yes, I started with Dwarven. That was right. Yes. So I'm reading that, but I'm also I'm reading that for like 5 minutes at a time. I'm then getting up and doing a patrol around the campsite, actively trying to see if there's any threat.
Roll me a perception
within.
check.
Will do.
Kretash, while he does that, what are you doing?
I'm reading my book on explosives.
Valid.
18.
You hear a twig snap.
From which direction?
East.
Fuck.
What distance?
You can't tell. The trees are too thick.
I walk east.
You hear a sudden shuffle as someone tries to get out of sight.
Can I see where they're trying to get out of sight from?
No. There's too many sounds all around you to discern, but you know they're close.
Is it dark at this point?
No. There's a light, like it's a little bit darker now that you're in the trees. but it's
Mhm.
not dark. Like you can still see in pure light.
Okay. I'm gonna just try and follow the rustling.
You hear a snorting
From where?
right behind you,
I turn around.
and then you see, axe in hand, standing at the same height as you, Calcifer.
Fucking knew it.
Going back to Cassiopeia,
Wait, hang on. Calcifer.
you are
The Minotaur.
The Minotaur boy.
yeah!
The one you left behind.
No, I didn't leave behind. You all left behind.
Cassiopeia.
We all
I
left
was-
behind.
You are walked into the center of town. Who invades our abode?
I was led here, actually.
Strangle you.
What is your name?
My name is Cassiopeia.
Very well, Cassiopeia. You will
Well,
be
who am I
judged.
talking to?
You will be judged, Cassiopeia. You hear a sort of rumbling as the willow tree itself stands to face you.
Oh my god!
Tree.
The
You
tree
see this
itself?
sort of face in the bark as it sort of turns. Stern.
Great Deku tree!
Stern but soft. Its hands sort of reaching out, and it stands 10 feet tall. And that's not including the canopy of willows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we'll leave it for tonight.
God.
Motherfucker.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Look, we've been away for a few weeks. Had to set up a couple of good points to cliffhang on.
My god!
I should have just stayed there and read my book. Should have just stayed there and read my book. Shouldn't have even been actively looking for
Welcome
something.
back to Trinity Isle, motherfuckers.
Ugh. Guys, I'm sorry.
So we're out of game now, right?
Yes.
My god, we're all fucking stupid.
That's not a nice thing to say.
Who knows where this could lead?
Now,
What
I
could
don't,
possibly go wrong?
I don't feel like all of us are stupid.
You killed 4 innocent people. Shut the fuck up.
I-
Oh,
Yes,
Who-
and can I just say,
allegedly.
I'm the only one who managed to get away with my dumb shit.
I mean,
And so
I'm
far we all
pretty
have, I
certain.
think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was you, but
Can't prove it. I'm just
Oh,
gonna blame
well.
it on. I'm just gonna blame it on Talisman.
you know, someone decided to corrupt a rock. Someone tried to befriend the rock. I keep sending the worst person ever on reconnaissance missions, and that person on the reconnaissance mission is about to be killed by a tree.
I'm about to collect so much information.
I mean, are you surprised about the rocks, though?
I mean, no. I mean, I used to collect rocks like that.
Right.
I used to have a
so,
big crystal collection.
ladies and gentlemen, and this goes to the cast as well, me and War have been talking, and the consideration
Yes!
is, so we're going to delay War's campaign a little bit more, which I know is annoying. It's annoying for me as well, because I
Whi-
want to fucking play Venti, so that we
Which
can get,
I will explain
yeah,
the reasoning.
because,
Okay.
yeah, I'll let War do it, actually.
Yeah, so we want to have a few back-to-back sessions of Troubled Times, which is the campaign I'll be starting, which features everybody here except replace Barinade with Queen Shamil. That's pretty much what it is, and then everyone else is being in the cast. We wanted to try and get me a few weeks of back-to-back sessions so we can get that story underway before we start alternating every other week. The problem is that we are having a session next week, which was going to be my first session, and then we weren't going to have a session for 2 weeks. And then everyone was only free for the 3 weeks after that. So instead of starting off with 1 session of Troubled Times, 2 weeks off, and then 3 sessions, it made sense to do Trinity Isle next week and start Troubled Times after the 2 weeks off. Which means that for Barinade, next week will be the last session for about a month and a half for him. Sheesh.
And
gonna
then
be
I
wild.
believe I'm gonna look over the dates, but then sort of summer we're gonna work it out because obviously, fingers crossed, I'll be in Australia. So it may be the case of I run it from one of these two lovely Australians' setup, and they are both in the same camera if we can set it up. Or
So which means there's going to be 3 people in the same house. Half of them will be in the same place.
yep.
Uh,
But obviously I want to be.
Look, if I can get Lazarus working again, I'll probably be working off
Yeah.
him.
We
But he's
will figure that out. But basically, we're gonna have
Mm.
next week is Trinity Isle episode 20. But
Yeah, guys.
Oh my
we
God.
made it.
fucking hell, we're a fifth of the way there.
can you believe we survived that long?
Well, don't say that. We could have at least 2 character deaths depending on interactions.
Not-
Yeah, but we survived
not for a long
to the episode.
Yeah, true.
Not for a lack of
We didn't-
trying,
but,
though.
we-
For a lack-
So
We didn't
yeah,
necessarily-
It's always
Survive
sad when
through
someone
it.
dies on the season finale.
Yeah, episode 20 next week. We're not quite at the season finale. There's still a bit more of season 2 left to go because there was 3 episodes in Guidanus.
But before mid-season break, it's always horrible when someone dies.
Yes,
mid-season break.
yes, exactly. So we'll have another
Yeah.
session.
Let no one die, please.
Next week, which will I've got a lot to do for that now. I just realised, shit. And then yes, we will have 2 weeks off. Then we'll have 3 episodes of Troubled Times. I get to fucking play with Shadow, like in the same party,
Yeah.
because that hasn't
Finally.
happened in about 6 months to a year.
That's
and,
the one.
and then after the little break after Wa's initial sessions, we will be going back. We'll be going to alternating. Obviously, that might depend on how things go with Australia, but that will be worked out long in advance, and we'll know what's going on with that. And then obviously, I will communicate with that with Wa, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot more communication about how we're going to be running our sessions because, well, spoilers, sweetie. Which Zephyr knows about, so.
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
so. Now, does anyone else have anything they want to shout out? Let us know about any big events that might be coming up in a week or 2.
Oh, me! Starting on the 18th of June, there is a Super Mario 64 bingo event with $150 up for grabs. It is season 1. So if you're a Super Mario 64 fan, make sure you come check that out over with me. Yeah, that's my event in about a week or so.
I'll be competing.
Barinade's competing.
Nice.
Yeah, as is a lot of the communities. We've got a couple of big speedrunners involved with it as well. A couple of bigger streamers have decided to join, and possibly a couple more that I'm waiting on a response from. So,
Cannot
Yeah.
wait. Cannot wait.
yeah.
And I believe that's everything. If anyone's got anything else they want to let us know about, let us know now. Forever hold your peace. So help you, Lord.
Yeah, if anyone still
There's
has any
no-
commissions open or anything.
I have commission open. Oh,
There,
emotes and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
and, but yeah.
So yeah, if you want good emotes, yep.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, and thank you guys for joining me as you always do. You guys are fucking crazy.
Don't know what you're on about.
Oh,
I just wanted to have a sentimental
I
moment.
know, I was sitting there waiting for you to touch that rock.
I know you were.
In my head, I was
I know
like, "There's
you
no
were.
way. There's no way he's gonna touch it. There's no way. There's no way." And then
He's
you
gonna
touched it.
Fucking touch it.
Oh,
But
my
yeah,
heart broke.
we've got the return of Calcifer to look forward to next episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully War doesn't kill him.
Don't go up.
You mean assuming he doesn't kill Wa?
Why would I kill Calcifer?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
you
just
did
kill
leave him
Wa.
behind.
We left him behind.
I know I said something before I went in about that.
But not telling me to specify, hey, Minotaur that doesn't understand my language.
We will most
Oh, how
likely
much
have a
more
discuss-
do I have
We'll,
to
we'll
justify
have a
it?
debate about this once the episode is over. I don't want to bloat with another 10-minute thing.
Why
As we
not?
sometimes do.
Content.
Well, I'm considering maybe having at the end of season 2 a podcast where we go over the first 2 seasons together and sort of talk about it for 3 hours or
Ooh.
so.
Yeah.
Whilst, like,
Sounds great.
in the preparation for season 3 to fill in one of the weekends, and also then Wa will be underway at that point, so we can have one of those, and then Wa could just fill in for me whilst I get season 3 ready to go. Season 2, still not quite done with it, you know. I'm looking, depending on how quick you guys are, it could be another 5 or 6 sessions of season 2. Because there's like this one big final event that's coming up in a couple of in-world days that you know, because I like to end seasons on a big thing, like Takumi finding Masato and Wa finding out he's got a brother. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna go over to Ruby. I haven't rated Ruby in forever, and you know he's only just started, so we'll give him a bit of a boost. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. We're going to end this as we always do by running down the cast one more time from the top. So, thank you to Takumi Inui, the human fighter, played by ShadowBunny312.
That is me. Thank you for watching. We will be back very soon. Hope you stick around. Bye bye.
Thank you to Kretash the Cold, the Dark Elf Wizard, played by Malta_Gaming.
Bye bye.
Thank you to Seelia, the half-Senno Bard, played by video artist DelphiniumRai.
Rest well, hydrate, and I don't know, move around.
Thank you to Wa Dastings, the human paladin warlock, played by the TheMrWa.
Hi, I tried to kick names and take ass, but I don't think I did very well.
And last but not least, thank you to Cassiopeia, the Aarakocra Druid, played by TheBarinade.
Bye.
And goodbye from me, your slightly above average DM, TJ together. Fuck.
What was that?
How many times have I done this outro?
Have I met him?
Slightly above average.
Slightly
Dungeon
below
Master,
average.
TJ Zephyr.
And lowering every day.
Yep.
I mean, you do mask. You are a dungeon master.
Safe travels, ladies and
technically.
gentlemen.
Master.
Or don't travel. I don't know. Or do. Oh, they are traveling to Ruby now, so.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was the greatest outro you've ever done, Zephyr.
That was wonderful.
God.
Thank you for that.